5. God damn it, man!
I mean, this is the last production. It's like when a show is cancelled, right? Let's just do one of those like clip episodes.
Oh, remember.
Let's
All
not talk
characters
about
get stuck in
Daredevil.
an elevator and they're like, remember that one time? And then it just like plays. It's
And then it's just wacky hijinks that go completely against the tone of everything.
I mean, why not? You know, we're not gonna get.
We've had Christmas episodes before.
Like at one time we brought Badders to a bazaar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Let us jeopardize saving the world. To at least it was worth it, you know.
At least. It's all about the friends you made along the way.
The server is up.
Okie doke.
I have a lot of leveling up to do.
Yeah, I need to fiddle a bit on my.
So,
I believe last time we leveled up. We leveled up this last time I was here, and then we've leveled up now. So it's like, oh,
yeah.
Yep.
I got 2 levels to write in.
Yep.
So what are you gonna pick?
I think they're both rogue for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which partly also gets me booming blade now as a spell.
Ooh.
So even more copying of the lightning.
All right.
I picked up Divine Word because in 5th edition, regardless of its current hit points, a Celestial, Elemental, Fey, or Fiend that fails its save is forced back to its plane of origin.
Nice.
And cannot return for 24 hours.
Yep.
So it's super powerful, considering,
Considering what we're up against here.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Where actually are our tokens?
In the
abyss.
In the descent into the depths, something.
Where are we?
We're on the map of Esperanza.
Some existential.
Where you're hanging out with your
crisis.
badgers and stuff.
Yep. Where the badgers are.
Where the badge is at.
Oh,
The heart is where the badgers are.
yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
There we are.
Paladin. Where's
There
the
we are. I did level up. Good.
Where is the paladin in the library? There you are. I need to steal one of your spells.
Library.
There are those halfling paladins called the True Swords of Aberreen. They're pretty cool lore-wise.
Oh, I need to make a fucking macro for.
Jordan's becoming a paladin?
Yes.
No, I'm plundering a paladin spell.
Oh, we can get a mount.
I could
Greater
forget.
steed.
I was tempted, but it's not useful ever in this situation.
Imagine
In
if
the-
imagine if
yeah.
one of these badgers got celestial. It's like
Yeah,
a
fighting.
holy angel badger.
Holy Angel Badger, yes.
There has
I
to
need
be
this
a
in my
deity that
life.
has a badger as a messenger, right?
As a what?
As a messenger.
My
you know,
leaky, surely.
Yes, of course there are.
Let's see here.
Alright, as a note, mostly for you, Halldamir, really, I'm gonna be switching out my invocation that lets me cast slow for the one that means I always get maximum hit points from healing as long as Fingermatch is around.
Ah,
Oh, that's
So yeah, that'll be a thing.
That is very good. Wow. Okay.
okay. Just
That's-
remind me of
that's-
that because I will forget.
Yeah.
Where
I
was
have-
that? Where was that? The last few.
I just didn't think it was necessary before.
Oh.
But I don't see slow being particularly useful here because legendary saves.
I
Yeah.
have found the best list on Wikipedia. It is called List of Fictional Badgers.
Okay, we need this. Tell me more.
No, we can name.
Let's see here.
Okay, that works.
I mean, they're going to be part of the battle, surely, you know? 13 hit points, 12 AC. They're going to be.
Oh no, I can kill them. Oh no, can I choose?
There's
Oh, I choose any number of creatures in my divine word. Okay. Oh, I won't immediately kill them.
Asrael Dak. He's a were-badger in Ravenloft.
That's cool.
Well, now we can't play that campaign.
Yep, spoiled. Yep.
I didn't hear anything, so
You go there, you meet a badger. You're like, that's real, Dak. He's like, you spoke my name. Oh,
Oh,
you
you have the power over me now.
instantly. Oh, well. If the players miraculously guess the right name, they win the campaign.
Yeah, so I now have the ability to shoot sunbeams from my hands.
I
for
feel
some
like that
reason.
should be a cleric spell as well,
Yeah, it should be.
right?
But it's only a paladin one.
That's daft.
Because paladins are more often good.
Oh no, sorry. Sunbeam
Oh.
is sorcerer, wizard, and druid, and I don't know why it's paladin nor cleric. That seems a
What?
bit weird to me. Yeah,
You can shoot
Oh, but it's like
a
natural.
beam of light from your
it's
fingers.
it's actual sunlight though. It says it's sunlight, so yeah.
That's dumb. That's real dumb.
A 60-foot line dealing 68 damage, and I can do that every action for up to a minute as long as I keep concentration. And it also blinds if they fail a con, and undead have disadvantage on the save, so it's great.
Oh, fucking god. Sorry,
There is
Divine
a,
Word has a lot of shit.
a healing badger god called Mortuscus. and
More
he's like,
Tuskus.
Yeah, he's like from Celtic lore apparently.
I like it.
Yeah.
How does this look? Fuck, I need to space that out a bit more, don't I?
Each creature
what
here,
it is.
charisma. Oh, nice. That's not 50. Oh wow. Oh, this is a bonus action.
What, my
Your divine,
Divine
word.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, it's super powerful.
What level is this spell?
7th.
Ah.
So I can cast it once. Because for some reason I get a second 7th level spell, but not the ability to cast it
Yeah.
with the other 7th level spell.
I mean, the major pull is being able to banish, like, lesser.
Oh yeah, anything that fails the charisma save
Yeah.
in 30 feet of me is gonna be great.
That's pretty good.
Alright, does this look better now? Yeah.
Right, I need to.
Badgers are favored animals of Torag, the dwarven god of creation from Pathfinder.
That makes sense.
I wish the higher spells in this framework had actual macros.
See, that's what I don't understand, is that I think Regenerate does. Yeah, Regenerate has a macro.
Maybe they're
But
lazy.
Heal doesn't.
Probably depends on what they did in their campaign, whoever made this.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work, to be fair.
I need a
I
fucking
wouldn't do
point
it.
now. God damn it.
I mean, yeah, I'd definitely do it as well. I just
it is.
wondering.
Do all the work? I wouldn't. Too much.
Alright, we're out of this crap, so I can put my bloody name back.
Like all the force gauge I have to write out, which is not nice. Did you take a look at that Heroes Feast thing,
Yeah.
Halldamir?
Oh, I've got it. I've
Awesome.
picked it out. Because we figured out at the end of last session that we could, I can prepare the feast, have a nap, eat,
Yeah.
and then we go.
Yep.
Because there's nothing that says otherwise.
No, it keeps for enough time for us to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to pay for the jewel encrusted bowl that
Yep.
Cyrilla apparently needs.
Hey man,
Seems
are
a
you
bit- seems-
gonna
seems to
argue?
be-
Are you gonna argue?
I'm just
Huh?
saying. I'm just saying. It seems a bit like a diva thing. That's what I'm saying. You know.
She
Although-
is a diva.
2d10 maximum hit points that you gain, and all wisdom saves are with advantage.
That's very nice.
You become immune to poison and being frightened,
Very nice.
which is going to be very
I
good.
like it. The food is so good. I can't be afraid.
Yeah. And it lines your stomach for some reason.
You can kill me. I've already won.
Yeah. I have had such a good dinner. You can't.
I mean, you know, when I think about it more, maybe that does make sense. Somehow it's like, I'm full of food. You can't scare me. There's very good food in me right now.
Are you kidding? I'm so full. I'm bloated. I'm not running from you. Who do you think you are? Do you know how
Why
sick that
do
will
I
make you
have
feel?
Gordon as my GM name?
That's who gave you the disguise,
Yeah, you can take that off.
along with any fake names if y'all had any. But yeah.
I have my shield guardian back. Yay! I missed him.
Also, my sword attack now, my divine strike that I got,
Yeah.
now does 2d8 instead of 1d8.
Oh wow.
So my sword does 1d8 plus 4. Then I've got 2d8, which I can just declare I'm using. Doesn't use an action or anything.
Let's see. I now
Or it's
have.
part of the attack.
I now have my base weapon plus 2d6. Sorry, no, my base weapon plus 2d8 plus 5d6.
Yeah.
Because I now have the booming blade, which on it does. Yay, actually,
Well, if they move.
no, that's if I hit with it, and then if they move, they take more down.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a leveled up booming blade.
Sure.
Which I'm totally okay with it. It's going to be my next it's going to be my next spell up anyway. So.
Mhm. I am gonna, however, declare. Were we able to get a long rest just so I can make sure I've got all my spell slots quickly?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are sleeping in the
Yarn.
gnome.
Okay, I'm declaring one of my 4th level spell slots before the fight is going into my death ward on myself.
Makes sense.
Good idea.
So let me just expend a 4th level spell slot because death ward doesn't have a macro. I'm gonna just put it in my GM name, Monaco, then I'm death warded. Because I will check that. Where's aim
What
concentration?
was Roland wants in the lower right corner of the like overview map?
What?
It's like Roland wants in the lower right corner of the overview.
Oh, that was
That's
the...
what he wanted. His family
He
stuff.
wants to go to the place with the grimoire to save his family.
Oh.
Ended
I
up-
thought it was like on the something on the map.
No, he wanted this.
No, he wants
and he
the
wanted
whole
this.
city.
Here, it's like
There's like 17 more sessions of going down here to get like the monkey
Yeah.
bar that he,
Yeah.
like an RPG, right? Final battle come out. Let's do all the side quests.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's get everything done before the point of no
Even if they're
return.
just gonna hang around, you know.
Jim Jar comes up to you and says, "If you proceed, you will not be able to finish.
You haven't done my companion quest yet.
You may not come back here for a while. Are you sure you want to proceed?"
I'm scared.
I mean, you know, it's when you have that scene of the campfire, you know. Jim Jar looks into your tent.
Yes. And then it's like, it does the reputation check, and either he comes in with a glass of wine or a dagger to kill you.
Yeah.
So, Liam, you know,
Alright.
I'm gonna break normal tradition and actually say hello to Azakawa in the chat because it's the finale.
Hi, Asakawa.
Hey, Azukawa.
you know,
He's been here every session.
What's cracking in Finland?
Snow, presumably.
like moose,
Moose, yeah.
Moose, yeah, well,
little lakes, brackish water.
lots of lakes actually. 1,000.
Only like 6 types of fish.
Oh,
6 types of fish.
Very, very few amount.
what are the 6 types of fish of Finland?
Tell
We need to go on a quest to.
them to us.
I cannot.
But you know there's 6.
That guy has
I'm gonna
Google
Google it.
right now.
We had a lecture at one point in Finland. She studied the brackish fish of Baltic Sea. And that was because Finland apparently has so small amount of salinity in their water that special types of fish live there.
Oh, there's
Cannot
loads of
live in
people.
salty water. But a lot of the salty fish from the sea can't live there because there's not enough salt.
Hashtag salty fish.
Ah, delicious.
So I'm going to search Finnish brackish water fish.
Manaka, where should I copy my newly updated? Do you want to take it?
Everywhere.
What? I don't hear you. What are you saying?
I finished updating my token on the library. If you want to take it or want me to take it.
It's on the Mensa Baranza map that way. Got our token.
Yeah, we had a long rest, so you can just replace it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know where exactly needed to go.
Mensa Baranza, because we're leaving the damn hellhole.
And I'm back down to second to second to lowest.
Oh yeah.
Gash the head by 3 hit points.
It's not that much of a difference. We're catching up. All right.
Are you guys still under 100 hit points?
Yeah, I'm at 91.
Yeah.
Just
Not
say
after
that with
this.
100.
Not after this
Oh.
hero's feast. If I get a 20, if I
Edge.
max the roll.
That is true.
You're under 100 hit points.
Yeah, look at them. Look at them, Liam. They're plebs.
If I had stuck to fight for the last 2 levels, I would have gotten. I would be at the same level HP as Gash. I think about
I will say, like, a lot of spells are like 100 hit points or below. So you actually want 101 to be safe.
It's true.
Yeah.
Eve is the only one who's safe.
It's no,
well,
because
see.
Hero's Feast, man. I'm gonna be fine.
That's true.
I physically can't get lower than 2.
It's 2d10, so you know I need a good
Seed
roll.
of Regions and Fingers of Death and all sorts of...
Meanwhile, I need 10 on 2d10, so I actually.
You both need average, and I need like almost max. So
Yeah, I mean, I need average or 1 below average. You need above average.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. I'm sure I'll get the best roll in the world. I'll get 2 or something. Be all right.
You know.
Actually, let me go to the library and pull Hero's Feast.
Your resurrectory order.
Yeah, now that I've said it, I mean I can't be disappointed, can I?
We'll
Yeah.
roll the feast when we actually get to the...
I was getting the actual macro if it
Sure.
exists.
You guys,
It
you
does
guys
not exist, so I don't give a
Let
shit.
me know when you're done with all this so we can actually...
I'm
have
done,
a
Manikai.
You know.
I'm done.
Let's see here.
Jonas will find more.
I mean, I will declare. I think I have. I think my protection against evil lasts for a long time, so I might declare that before battle.
Yeah.
What
Still have that running.
where is concentration?
As
In
just to hit it, it's on your. It's a blue. Oh, it's a condition.
It's in conditions to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because I now awkwardly have a spell which doesn't have a proper macro, so now I'm gonna have to set it myself now.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. I have plenty of those.
The first time I had a spell that's not on the main list.
6 it
I
is.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Xanathars is not going to be...
Yeah, that's why it's the one spell I have from Xanathar's.
Yeah.
Fool.
Fool of a cook.
Each of you will have to face the army of Geshes, one of each level.
No.
It would be a pretty easy fight.
Well, we'd be able to hit him so easily. I mean,
It would just be one Gesh that like telekinetically holds you in the air, and the others just bombard.
I mean, if they all do the breath weapon at the same time, we're dead. So
14 gash breath
Overlapping acid.
yeah.
There you go, I now have a toggle button. Concentration.
That's nice.
But that already exists.
No, I have a button that gets rid of concentration.
No, but in the campaign macros, there's a concentrating state.
If I don't switch out the I guess I can switch that, but
That's good to know. I don't have that. I'll have
yeah,
that.
I have buttons just to go like reaction spent if my shield's up. I'm concentrating.
I mean, all of those macros are made, I believe. In the thing.
I don't know about the one that's spinning reaction.
Yeah, it exists.
Reaction used, yeah.
Fair enough.
Still good to make them yourself though, anyway. So
I just made a bunch for myself, so they're all on like my list of, in my combat section. So I don't have to change page. It's just there.
Furious typing by me. Actually, I'm gonna remove the classes bit. No, don't need that rubbish.
I'm curious to hear what you guys did last time.
Oh, God. Alright.
It's
It was a thing.
it was it was.
Honestly, though, it wasn't as crazy as yesterday's session. It's just got out of hand really quickly.
When will you upload those?
Tomorrow I'm starting the uploads.
Need to see.
Yeah, yesterday's session we spent 2 hours overtime.
Yep.
It sounded, from what little I heard, as a somewhat of like, what was it called? Help, 13th age moment of people just going, "Fuck this, let's just kill them."
You definitely would have disapproved.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know. Seemed like the logical thing to do.
It did.
That's how we ended up like we did in 13th age as well.
It was a 6-hour-long session looking at the 2 recordings I made.
oh my god.
Then again, it is like the second one in 2 months. So
Yeah. Alright,
Well,
I'm ready.
got another important session today.
yeah,
Yes.
just leveling up your dudes and
I'm gonna
doing the things.
Oh my god, can I steal
steal.
this?
Help! Jonas is stealing something.
I'm stealing something. I stole a spell macro. From Riordan.
What spell? Make sure it works, by the way. I might not.
It's
Oh,
a
let's
new
see.
class feature. Steal spell.
Oh, wow.
Remove
Okay,
a,
yeah, that works.
remove
I can now haste
a spell
myself.
from your ally from another PC, and you get it instead.
Haha.
Yeah. Make sure to give that back to you, by the way.
Since the since the last level up, I don't no longer take damage.
I no longer. I'm invulnerable.
Yeah, I took it's level 14 fighter thing, invulnerability.
Right.
Because fighters are balanced.
Yeah.
They have a skip battle now, so you can just choose at any point.
No,
Stop
they have that,
fighting
like-
and just win. Skip to
Time
the
skip.
victories.
No, they have like that Odin attack from Final Fantasy that like just
Sensetsu.
instantly anything.
Yeah.
Sensetsu.
Welcome to being a wizard, high level wizard. You get the grind spell. You just take a really long time, and then the fight is over.
It's like I like to see wizards as masters of reality in a way. They're just like, I don't like this. I'm gonna change, gravity, the world. You're just gonna. It's great. You're like a god.
Oh, Roland, you have the thing now, right? That you can take 10 on things? Is it? Or
I don't think so.
no? No, it's just it's so high that you can't unless you roll a 1.
Well, the thing is, I only want it till
Jesus.
15. So
Yeah.
yeah, if we got one level higher, I could then never roll below a. I never roll
10.
below a 24 next level.
Oh, wow.
Myself.
Like,
I treat any roll of I treat any roll of 9 or lower as 10. So any roll of 9 or lower, that's I would always get 24 or higher,
If you're proficient, yeah.
which I certainly am in stealth.
I'm good to go.
I'm good.
Yeah.
to go.
Good thing. We need to keep moving. I'll
Yeah.
pass that. I'm somewhat exhausted.
Are you tired from yesterday?
And the day before, I'm doing a lot of work these days. Still finished my exam projects and stuff, so they're ready for January. But who wants to do a recap?
I would love to, but I can't.
Who We'll step up. There's not going to be more of them.
It's true.
Who will take
They
the
all gotta
final
go.
recap?
I
Hang
think I
on.
did recap last time.
Don't remember.
Sure, I'll do it. It wasn't that much of a thing anyway. All right. Well, last time on Out of the Abyss, for possibly the last recap, we succeeded in our quest to get the grimoire from the Archmage's tower, and we're faced with the task of actually getting out alive, which with some good stealth rolls and some very a lot of casts of invisibility, we managed to get back out there. And we did have one last thing to do, was to save the paladin friend of I forget her name, important lady in the orc farmlands, which there was a lot of bugbears, there was a lot of drow. She obliterated nearly every single one of them with the circle of death, and we saved them just fine. The real problem was when we decided to leave the city with the heart back in our possession and the grimoire, where we were ambushed by, I think it was a Balrog. I'm not sure if it was, but
Basically
it was basically a Balrog, and it was horrible. And when it died, it exploded and almost murdered Riordan, but that's okay. And so after that, we had the discussion of where we would actually have the ritual, because didn't really want to have it in the city because they asked us not to, and the apprentices' idea of having them beside the tower was, it was a decent idea, but then Jimjar piped up with a location underground, like this old place of worship or temple of sorts, of gnomes, and we decided to go check it out and see what exactly it was. And with time pressing, it probably will be the place that we will do the ritual. But that is where we left off last time.
You certainly did. Now, time pressing is indeed true. As it turns out, this Baylor was not the last demon you encounter on your way. Now, it seems, however, to have been the biggest one so far. A couple days later, you'll notice a small group of quasids, like looting or digging through your pouches and such, quickly dispatched, of course. What follows are dretches and slowly ramping up in number and strength of demons. Presumably as fast as Demogorgon can summon them. And although at the moment, killed the big threat, it's going to take a while for another one to pop out. But it does somewhat put pressure on you. For now, the demon attacks are small and mainly almost insulting to you at this point. And so you can still rest fine right now. But if much more time begins to come out, we will begin to have the battles, and resting will again become very difficult as you will constantly harried by these demons. Yeah. Should I just grab the tokens you have on the Mental Branson map? Have you?
Yeah, I'm minus up to
You're good
ready
with
to go.
those? Yeah. Yes, everyone? Yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. Then I will take you to a different place. Place underground. Well,
Everyone's underground.
I guess that doesn't really say much, does it? Another place under a different underground. Sure. You are the perfect. What is this?
So there's two possibilities. Either Jimdra is right, or he's absolutely mad, and we haven't noticed yet. But this is where it comes out.
Honestly, I'm really interested
If the
to see.
players follow Jimjar into the underground, play the Tomb of Horrors instead.
If the players are stupid enough to believe the crazy gnome, they're all doomed.
Malachi's evil
You already
chuckle
have-
really
That's- that-
unsettles me.
That would be the DM's dream, wouldn't it? Like, if the
What?
players are this stupid.
And we were actually that stupid.
You know, guys, I partly look forward to next session to have our epilogue because we get to discuss discuss the campaign and stuff. There's so many cool
You
things.
get
we
to
wanna
tell
talk
us all
about.
the stuff that we've missed, and
Yeah.
Or just a lot of things. Yeah. The place takes several days to get to, actually, traveling narrow paths and areas that really seem like they shouldn't be traversable. Clearly, this is not a place you just happen to walk into, as, again, it goes down and down and down into probably the area known as the Lower Dark, a place close to things that mind flayers fear. And yet, as you enter this low cavern, having climbed through narrow and sort of clammy halls, you get a faint, friendly glow of luminescent mushrooms, fungi growing on both the ceiling and the walls to give the place sort of a dim light. Around you are ruins, small creatures sticking about, a couple badgers nesting in some like dirt, and well, a ruin. What this building once was is basically impossible to see. There are remains of some walls and some floor, but nothing more than really a cleared area in the cavern, made mostly flat. The fungi seems to perhaps once have been a garden or some such that's simply grown out of proportions and at this point is entirely wild. A small ecosystem seems to run here, many different bugs and such, probably feeding the couple badgers that still hang around. One thing that is a little bit strange, though, is that in the middle of this ruin, a statue is standing. A statue of a cloaked Swarfneblin figure holding what appears to be a golden die. Jimjar has been leading you down here, chattering as he does about nothing. Making inane bets as you get here, generally about the strength or number or timing of whatever demons are going to hop against you next. Entering the area here, and sort of into the cave proper, you begin to sense at your mind a restful feeling, the sort of pressure that is in the Underdark, the demonic power seems to just not be here, as if it's completely absent. Something you might not actually have been noticing anymore, because you've become so used to it being there, is gone. A ringing in your ears that just isn't there when you walk in here. It's as if this place is just quiet and serene, really. So, this is it, Jimjar says, stepping in, spreading his hands out. This would be the perfect place.
Jimjar, are you a god?
Want to bet?
Maybe.
Whatever bet you make has to involve badges.
DM shakes his head. Everyone has gone mad.
Yo, that's
Badgers
nothing
seem to like
new.
it here. I'll go over here.
So did Gesh, because I remember you, Sheep, came back and said, "Oh, I've done some checking around, and this is definitely the place." Was that you, or was that Gesh who said it?
Both.
Okay. In that case, Liam
Guillaume!
would Guillaume, my evil twin.
Dark Liam
No.
arrives.
Dark Liam rises. We merely adopted the darkness. No, Liam would turn to Gesh and ask him to elaborate what makes this place so good and special. He clearly knows something, and Liam would like to know more.
That's an odd thing to ask, considering that we're here and you can see how well it works. It's open space away from everyone who could get hurt, and it's infused with old magic that might very well help us.
Liam feels around for the magic, does he think it would help us?
He certainly feels a sense of good, a bit, a sense of protection, as if this place is keeping him safe, as if the bare cave walls are the walls of a bastion, holding out whatever evil might be here.
DM looks upon the statue, squinting, and says,
Statue has a wolfish smirk.
"So, some sort of old temple, I'm guessing."
To a swift-nebbling god of chance?
Well, do I have any history?
What kind of check would that be to?
Religion. Sure know about.
Yes, my greatest skill. I shall shine. Eh.
Like
I mean-
8 out of 10 rolls, you fail at that.
It's really
Yeah.
got like on the gnomish deity pantheon test. But she knows that they have one. There's actually quite a few members of it. She doesn't know any of them except for the main one, who
Okay.
is of course Guile Glittergold, Lord of Badgers, trickery and protection of the gnomish race, known for once upon a time trapping the god of kobolds in the same room as Asmodeus and then throwing away the key, which has made
Nice.
kobolds and gnomes have eternal enmity.
I
It's
like
kinda
our
funny.
glitter gold. It's great.
God, glitter gold. She will relay all of this information.
DM looks up on the statue. Does it look like a girl to him?
Maybe. Usually, Garl is sort of a gold-skinned character with like a shield and an axe and stuff. But presumably, Swift Neblin have their own thing going. Possibly
What is he holding there? There's something in his hand.
something lootable.
The golden dice.
No, I'm
Yes.
just curious.
Right.
Yes,
it
it appears to be a golden die, leaving
Oh.
actually a slight luminescence.
What? How many sided?
20 sided.
Obviously.
Good.
it's the DM.
Yeah.
Run!
What sacrifices
Welcome, children.
Liam places upon this his credit card?
Yes, the final boss, we must fight the GM's own guy.
Oh, this is like a
Self-insert.
credit card spot.
Anyway.
Well, if we actually were playing around the table, I would totally have bribed you with pizza, man, guys.
You know where I live. It's still possible.
Order pizza from a different country.
I could call up pizza. Quick!
Oh, do it! Do it!
Call up a David Domino's Pizza or something.
Yeah, just get the pizza to him. Okay.
Jim Jab points at the statue. I propose we simply put it there and then go and, tell our, tell him to begin. Fast as we can get this done, the better. Right?
I mean, I can't
So,
argue that.
Well, it's gonna be a shame that this place is gonna get entirely wrecked. Suppose it's already forgotten, but that's just adding insult to injury, isn't it?
will the
As I see it, there's no point in having these sorts of places if they don't get used.
I suppose that's true.
Oh, don't worry, I'll write about it if I,
Live.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
take like a sketch of the statue and stuff.
I mean, honestly, this is obviously Jim Jar's temple, so if he's okay with it being destroyed,
Yeah.
I think we're
I mean-
okay.
He's very pragmatic.
It's either Jinjar's temple, or he is utterly mad and only thinks that he is this glitter gold fella.
Oh, it
Be
might,
like a
this might not be
reverse
political.
Pepito, basically.
Does the reverse Pepito.
Well, no one expects the reverse Pepito.
Yeah, I mean, there's there's no traps really we can set, I think, for these creatures that would hold them or be any meaningful way of like preparing this. We might as well just get to business, I suppose.
Is just a question? Is there a way for us really to commune with, like,
I
in a
can-
sense?
I can only commune with my own god.
Okay.
Or at
That
least
sucks.
in the bounds of the spell commune.
Can knock on the statue. Hello.
Hello!
What I'm clearly hearing is you need to suddenly change faith.
Suddenly changed faith. Yes, because that won't condemn my soul.
I've become a cleric of undeath now because I had a spell I needed for the last fight.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very pragmatic view of.
Renounced.
So how
Um,
old are the ruins? Would we judge?
Oof. Well, that would have to be some sort of lore check.
History?
History, yes, definitely history.
Jordan will have a think about this.
I'll give it a go.
Consider history.
Just as good as it in history as I am in religion.
Investigation, I suppose, makes sense too, like archaeology sort of thing.
Look at that. Why can't I get those rolls for religion? It's identical rolls.
It's kind of been established that Cyrilla didn't care about religion.
Ah, god damn it.
He's a cleric for the power.
I
If it was a
just-
necromancy check, then maybe.
If some sort of dark power could be gleaned from it, then
Come and tell me
On top of that.
while I hold my magical drow
Yeah,
longsword.
these seem to be very, very old. Like it's hard to tell. It seems like there hasn't like it's just been in a cave. A lot of natural erosion hasn't really happened, and yet it doesn't seem like it's been smashed or anything. Just probably abandoned and over hundreds of years began like crumbling slowly.
All right.
I'm fine with using this.
we might as well. It seems to have a holy protection thing. Maybe it's godly glitter gold. Maybe it's something else.
I think it's something else.
Something good though.
Yeah.
I mean, Roland's just happy that there's no way the civilian casualties we have the thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you just get to it then. I mean, there's nothing else to prep except our food, I guess.
Oh,
So-
grand heroes
Well,
feast.
Or deliver or somehow tell the wait that you're going to do it.
I mean, I've got sending.
Yeah, that's the way we'll have to correct them.
Yeah.
Don't really have any more.
Give a sending of
Of-
his time.
Yeah.
Be like in 8 hours. Proceed to.
Yeah, I've got sending, so maybe we can do like, give us like 24 hours.
I
That'll
don't
give
know
us
if you
plenty of
remember
time.
though, but the ritual does take a long time to do.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
It's not
Did we
easy.
get a
How-
time scale for how long?
Yeah.
Hours.
Okay.
You can probably expect it to be 8 hours.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
Let's put it out there.
Alright.
Basically, wake up, take a snack, kill thing.
Yeah.
we'll
Do
be
we have
fine.
any last minute supplies or anything anyone wants to buy or can buy or?
I would like to buy the ruby dust for my force gauge. If you could
We're not
foot
really
the bill
close
for
to
me.
I
shop.
will foot the bill.
Hey, we could have.
We would have bought it.
Done it on the
at
way.
Alright.
That's where we got the jewel encrusted bowl that I need.
Yeah.
The ruby dust. Yep,
Yeah.
Liam pays for it.
Okay.
Is it? Nothing I can really think of. So.
I realize I still have this creepy tentacle rod.
Oh yeah.
I've got speak with plants from like episode 10.
Useful. I mean, you can speak to the mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
Are they a
I would
plant?
say- Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
love an enchanted half. Yeah,
Oh.
if I could certainly buy an enchanted half plate, I would do that, but I can't afford it.
Fungi are plants.
They're fungi, aren't they?
Well, you know,
In D&D.
in D&D they are.
Let's ask the DM. I think
Brian
he's
said
the
we
most
should.
qualified to answer this question.
I don't think in my game that fungi are plants.
Excuse me.
That's technically correct, so I can't argue.
I mean, does that mean we can get scrolls and speak with fungus?
I mean, why
Blatant
not?
Disregard for the monster manual.
All right, I'm ready.
Right, let's get going.
Let's get going.
So, I think the idea is if he says 8 hours, if I do a cast of sending to him and say to him, give us 2 hours, then start the ritual. Because if it takes 8 hours, then that gives us a good, easy hour to eat the hero's feast after we've taken a nap.
Yep.
The most tense hour.
It's fine.
But remember, once we've eaten the feast, we can't be afraid. So we first bite, and then we're like, ah.
Yeah, it's great.
Aaron's like doubly brave because he's already brave enough.
Well,
So.
I mean, the fear immunity only comes at the end of it.
It's sort of true.
You have a
Yeah.
feast of going, stew.
What was that noise?
And then you're like, oh, I'm full. I don't actually care anymore.
Yeah.
What?
It's a feast of apathy.
Well, if you're okay with that, Manikai, because it only takes like 10 minutes to cast as well, so it's super easy.
I'm sorry, Malachi, but I'm gonna have to use that now in some game in the future. The feast, like some food item.
I do believe it is supposed to not be made and then sort of left for 8 hours, though.
It doesn't say anything.
No, but I believe that's the intention.
Oh, but it's
I mean, I think you can live without one spell slot.
it's a 6th level spell
Otherwise,
slot.
otherwise you just have some dude making them every day and just fucking churning them out too.
Well, they cost a lot of money to make. It's not like it's a material component. It doesn't go away.
It consumes.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, we do pay a lot.
Eat the crystal, eat the diamond bowl.
I don't
I
know,
already
dude.
do that, yeah.
It says the bowl is consumed in the usage of the spell.
Yeah.
Consumed.
But you could do it, but you would use a spell slot.
Alright, I guess I'll have to
You
live
probably
with
don't
it.
have action to use all the spell slots you have anyway, right?
Yes. Yes. There's not. We don't get that many high level spell slots.
No, that's literally my only 6th level spell slot, but it's fine. It's worth it.
Right.
Because immunity to poison and frightened is amazing.
All right. And our max HP goes up by 2d10.
And you blew a spell in Death Ward.
10. I did, yes. So I believe I got rid of that. Yes, I did. I got rid of that spell slot already. So let me remove.
Part of me almost wants to start the fighting with them.
I mean, you can, but they've probably got like incredible. All right, so I mean, yeah, I suppose it's...
I have exactly
Oh.
100 hit points.
Oh, we've been put
What?
together.
Everyone,
What are you doing, people?
Well,
hug. That's
I don't know.
Oh, Cyrilla apparently.
What?
Something is broken about her.
What have
She
you done
claims
to me?
Every person.
What have you done to me?
I don't know, but apparently she claims to be everyone.
The token.
Hence, if
What?
Cyrilla moves, it says that she cannot.
This is error
She's an
execution.
unknown ID.
Yeah.
Switch token.
If I
Token name,
change the name, then maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, change the name. Let me re-add.
What
I don't know. It's fine now. Whatever.
a weird. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's doing it again.
It's doing it again. It's you, Manikai.
Oh, it
Get
did
off
it
of
once.
Cyrilla. Wait, no. Let me.
Wiggle everyone. Let's
What?
see.
Ah.
No, it was just her.
I'm fine now. Don't touch me, Manikai. You'll break me. I'm fine. Jesus.
Well, that's
Alright.
So fragile.
It's like Cyrilla suddenly changed his voice. There's no Cyrilla. Oh,
All right. So
Enter
change.
this place. This lifelong domination spell.
Remember, it's not temporary hit points,
It's not
guys.
temp, it's
It-
permanent.
It
It's
physically.
24 hours.
well, I can't.
You
can,
can
just
do it
edit it.
manually. Yeah, just do it manually.
Does it do any? Can't I just put it at temp and we know it's?
Because it
No,
adds.
because you have to heal it back. So how would you know how much you have?
It raises your maximum hit points.
Oh, okay.
And you gain the same amount. So it's, yeah.
Although I
So-
don't know how we're gonna do that. How do
You can
Well, you
edit
can
the
just
properties.
set your HP
Yeah.
to
It's
whatever.
the last session, so I mean it's not.
Well, where is it? It's the max HP that. we
Yeah,
need to
max and
change.
your HP. Yeah.
How do we change the max HP? Then it's.
Well,
Nope.
I just got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
and just put in a number, because if we are
Sure.
doing
I
something
mean-
after,
I mean,
Just-
what I've just.
If nothing else, you have your fixed, your real ones on
yeah,
the
exactly. We have a copy, so
Alright, that's fine. Let's see if damaging works.
yeah, that seems to work.
Yeah. Let's see if I heal 3. No, okay, cool. That seems to work.
Cool.
Look.
Everyone is above 100 except me. Yay.
No, I'm not above 100. I'm on 100.
Oh.
Look at Liam's hit points. That's good. That's good hit points.
Health.
Alright. So everyone is affected by Hero's Feast.
I
And
think I would also suggest going over and hiding in the mushrooms.
which mush?
Sure.
It seems like an incline.
These ones? Oh.
Over here.
Because whatever's going to happen, it's not going to be quiet, nor is it going to be gentle.
That's a good point. We want to wait until it's all done, right? So maybe we want to be.
Yeah,
don't
over here.
have to.
we sort of want to wait them out, yeah, if possible.
But, you know,
Get over here, Nix.
I'm not sure.
Is it time for the mandatory heroic speech yet?
We don't need heroic speeches. We are heroic.
I mean, you're sitting down here eating.
Yeah.
Also, Mike, I assume that all of our companions are at this point. Like, everyone we have left, right? Companions? Yes, yes.
If you want to bring them, however, they might be in danger. If
Yeah.
they...
That's fine.
You know what? I think I'm okay with having 2 sets of Zentarum here.
Yeah, bring every...
Because worst case, we lose 2 sets of Zentarum. Is that really that?
It's not... This is not really, I think, a time to keep resources. Unless by that you mean that they ought to die immediately as soon as battle starts, because then it's...
Some
Maybe.
might. Those who
Some.
might not have the willpower to.
It's fine. I'll just bring my Shield Guardian. He doesn't.
However, like you could bring like Cinder, named people. Probably.
Can I have that Earth Elemental? Because how long does that last once I
An
use
hour.
it? An hour. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I mean,
Eldith?
is it an action to cast?
Yeah.
Because then I'll just wait, but I'll use him just before we run in.
Yep, I love Cinder.
Who's loyal here? These guys are the ones. What is Earth? Why is he not? He doesn't have a little picture. You will want them to be with you. You can add who's with who. In your GM name.
I meant Brill wasn't using the wasn't your Stow Golem. I would certainly take it. It's good, useful.
The Earth Elemental.
No.
I mean, the tank it would be really nice for me, so I don't die.
Meanwhile, I appreciate the damage, but you know, both of us appreciate it. So you can.
I will take Cinder and Elder. Good old Eldeth. Loyal.
In my place, I plan to be going into this 2-weapon fighting, so you know, I'd be just throwing dice at it, which is kind of why I like Stone Elemental. There's only one per turn actually, so.
Yeah.
So, everyone, this is it. It's not how I expected it to go down. Expected it to go down in the open with onlookers cheering on us. You know, people who need saving and know that we're going to save them, but they would have all died and gone mad, so maybe that wasn't the greatest thought to have in the first place. So now it's all up to us in this forgotten cave deep underground with nobody who will ever know that we actually did this. And those who we will tell about it won't believe us, because we will say, we fought the demon princess. And who does that, really? Who succeeds? Although we might not succeed, in which case none of that is going to matter. So really the best case scenario is going to be a miserable, bloody fight that nobody will ever credit to any of us.
Really inspiring, Gash. Really inspiring.
Now
I'm
that
just pointing out that if you want to bail, now's the point.
now,
I will miss your realism, Gash, but you do speak the truth, and I am not moving from the spot until this business is done.
Fleeing now would be dishonorable, and also, what would be the point of anything we would have done if we don't see it through?
Well, this is very much a case where it's not about the journey, but it is about the destination.
Honestly, if I can go back to the surface and go into old age sitting in front of a tavern fire and eating food and drinking mead, then I would count that as a great success.
Well, I'll tell you, if we get out of this, I'll owe you all unlimited drinks.
Yes, I'm certainly looking forward to getting married to one of my father's political allies.
I look forward to being invited to that, Gash.
I am sure you could actually stay in the Gnome City. They will probably have you.
And do what exactly?
Shrugs, whatever
Not get married?
magical, mystical scholars do, I suppose. Study the library.
You could stay with me, Gash.
No, I'm not a scholar. This moment we're about to have, all I wanted. I'm gonna get it. And after that, we'll see.
I mean, if it is important to you, Gesh, I'm sure that Bruno Battlehammer will believe us, and he will probably spread a tale if you so wish.
And who's going to discredit him?
People are very good at believing what they want to believe.
But with both of us being such fine silver tongues, I'm sure we'll find something out or figure how to make them believe us.
Liam Notts is lucky that we have a good bard. Write everything down. If nothing else, it will be a grand bedtime story for children in 200 years or something. This month.
Ah, yes, my life's destiny to be a bedtime story.
Liam nods. That's all end up as if we're lucky.
Something you could tell to your kids, Gesh, naturally.
Let's go fight demons, shall we, before our thoughts wander into even more unpleasant places.
I like to think that I'll tell my children in a couple of 100 years of how Gesh instantly aged the majority of his life in one look at a ghost.
Wow. These are not the inspired speeches I was imagining.
We're
Yeah,
not
the opposite
inspiring
is
people.
disappointing, but let's get on with it.
We've been very glorious down here.
Well, I wasn't quite done yet.
Okay.
I'm just saying these things to point out that none of us would be here if we weren't entirely sure. We don't need inspiration. We don't need a heroic push or silver tongue to change our thoughts to the pleasant future. We all know what's going to come next. We've been there already for the most part. We've seen everything that comes. We are, as far as I'm concerned, veterans and really the only people who not only can do this, but should do this and have to do this. We don't need motivation. We need to get on with it.
Yeah, in that sense, you're right, Gash. After all, how many people have even seen a demon one, let alone try fighting one? No one can take our place in this.
So, with that in mind, let's go.
So, the awkward time begins. The waiting is in some ways the hardest part. Time seems to drag. You remain alert, probably with your weapons drawn, ready to go into battle, but the air is just nice and still around you. The heart sort of pumping slowly at the foot of the statue, if that is indeed where you put it.
Yes.
Finally, the swirling light begins to flare. Darkness pushed away from it, the dim light of this place, completely overshadowed. A barely audible humming begins, just as if in a wavelength you can't quite perceive, and yet it shakes you to the core. It rises and falls as a vast heartbeat, as if the whole of the Underdark takes a breath and lets it out. Around, the heart begins to bellow fierce. The purple mist seems to almost be contained by this place, and yet so much of it is drawn to it that it comes out almost thick enough to grab. Thick carpets of it run across the ground, filling the cave you're in. Perhaps at first you try to avoid touching it or breathing it, but that soon proves impossible. It begins to swirl, making pools as if holes are torn in the very air. A roar sounds somewhere far away, a roar of anger and hatred and madness. And suddenly, the light, the passive light, the natural light, is sucked away and replaced with only this sickly light of these small pools forming around. From them, shadows appear, massive legs pushing through, ripping, tearing claws and teeth. Not just a few demons of mighty size, but many demons, hundreds of demons in this small space, all coming here at once. All demons of significance within who knows how long, how far, drawn into a cave, few hundred feet wide. And what follows is absolute horrible carnage. As demons just fill everything. You know them, their look at least. But the ones you see here on the map are just the big ones. Around them are covered in lesser demons, all sorts and kinds, all for a moment staring at one another, unsure of what has happened, or at least wary. Their eyes shifting around. These demon lords are smart. Then it happens. The final part of the ritual finishes. Somewhere far away, a drow archmage slumps onto his knees, bleeding from his mouth. Knowing he did it, that Mensa Baranzan will be finished and his revenge will be complete. Here in the cave, a pulse of red-hot light explodes from the heart as it is torn asunder. As the light touches fiends, they begin to grow mad. The light fills their eyes, a demonic hunger for blood and destruction. The ritual not only caught them here, but inspired them to do nothing but kill and destroy everything around them, everything that they could ever reach. If these demons are not stopped here, they will never stop, as long as they remain on the material plane. It is blood and carnage out there. hidden as you are in these mushrooms, you're not really the first thing that they see or pay attention to as they begin to fight each other, smashing lesser demons and just tearing things apart. These mushrooms, they're quickly gone. Fire is spreading everywhere. Death, disease, horrible things. The sense of a sound of hammers hitting anvils, as many creatures, worshippers of demon lords, presumably, try to teleport in from far away, yet fail. This place keeping them out, all but the demons that are truly here. Meaning that every demon lost is another one sent back home. You, however, are still in the cave. There's a lot of demons here with you. Although the big ones seem to mostly have eye for one another, going for the biggest targets seemingly, there are others who are not so concerned with who they try to kill. As demons begin to descend around you, peering out of thin air and moving to attack. You will fight these ones. Battle rages on. You try to wait it out, try to not get too involved, try not to get too much attention to yourselves.
Oh, okay. Before anything else happens, Malachi, Riordan would like to do something. If he can do a reaction, he can add his inspiration to an ability check he's not proficient in, and I would believe initiative is an ability check. So I'm wondering if I can use that with my initiative.
Is it an initiative check? I'm not sure.
It's really difficult because it does use your dex, I believe.
It doesn't add my proficiency though.
No.
So if it doesn't add my, I'll just pop it here so you can read it because it's.
Is it an ability check or?
When combat starts, every participant makes a dexterity check to determine their place in initiative order.
So
it's a dexterity check.
Yeah.
It is an ability.
Okay.
It's a roll of 8.
I would be 19 then.
Go green second.
Much better.
Sure. Yeah. Roland, you react fastest as these demons appear and flip out, moving towards you. Of course, the battle out here is still going on. The things happening, bad things, horrible things. Your mind's assaulted. Probably, if you were not in such a holy place, you would right now be writhing on the ground, mad.
Not something I particularly want to happen to me, but you know.
Oh,
I'm not entirely sure which demon I should be going after, but
The Vrox are going after us.
yeah, I know. I just don't know which of the rocks to go after. Both of them. I'll go for this one. As I will move up and I will strike forth with a booming dawn.
all right.
And if that's a hit, he also takes 12 sonic.
Sonic damage.
Makes my attack sneak attack quite a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You may proceed.
These guys out here, so you have them available, but they don't. Jordan?
Yes, he would like to cast a spell. He is going to cast Circle of Power. If I can basically what it does is it gives him an aura of 30 feet on himself for 10 minutes, and for the duration, any friendly creature has advantage on saving throws against spells or magical effects. And if they succeed on a saving throw against a spell or effect that allows it to make a save to take only half damage, it takes no damage if it succeeds. And yes, that's it, really.
Yep, I set up a 30 feet aura on you.
Could you repeat
you.
what it does? The box
So
is
it
way bigger
is-
than my.
It's a 30 feet aura on Riordan for 10 minutes, concentration. Any creature in that area has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Any
And
creature.
Any friendly,
Any
friendly creature.
Okay, that matters.
That's important.
Sorry, yeah. And when one of these friendly creatures succeeds on a saving throw to take half damage, they take no damage.
That's pretty nice.
And yeah, that's it for him.
Yeah.
Stop stealing my evasion.
Sorry.
Do you want to move back a bit, maybe? Because there's going to be a lot of rocks before I can do it.
It depends where you're going to move.
I don't know. Depends on where they move,
I'm
really.
just saying, standing behind Gesh is not a bad spot for you.
Yeah, Liam is last in this chain.
Alright, that should be fine.
I mean, the aura's huge, so.
Alright.
Struck. As we're here. In a big leap before letting out a horrible demonic screech, making all of you take a Constitution saving throw.
Everyone?
What type of effect is it?
What type of effect is it? It's an audible effect.
Yes.
It's a screech. It's a horrible screech.
If it's fear, we are immune to it.
It is not fear.
Okay. Poison?
Demonic. Bad thing. No,
Just make it.
it doesn't have an effect,
Effect.
really.
Okay.
It doesn't have any keywords. Untyped, I suppose. You're looking at DC 14.
Wow.
That's all successes.
Filled rocks before. They can do this once per rock, basically. This one won't, though. It's melee. It'll instead attack. Bring its beak down upon Roland. Mad Fury.
What that's going to end up being a hit.
Then also a Talon. As it basically brings the beak down, then breaking with its sort of claws on its feet. So really.
So do we want to try and bring these guys quickly? Because I could try a divine word, though I don't know how.
I think that's fair. I mean, they're not. The rocks are nasty, but they're not the toughest things we have fought demon-wise.
Well, we don't want to spend too many resources on fighting them in the end, so as soon as possible ending it.
I mean, if you can hit all of them with a holy word,
I can hit all but the one Roland's dealing with.
you're one step ahead.
No, because the rock at the top. Well, I could probably figure it out.
What's the range?
I think I need to be where you are, Liam. Actually, no, that doesn't work either. I'd need to be in the rock in front of us.
You cannot be that, unfortunately.
Nope.
I think it's.
I think it's worth it, really.
Probably.
So
I
I'll,
guess unless we get like 10 glibra.
What is it, like 30 feet?
Like the
Is it
next.
like 30 foot?
it's a 30 foot from me.
There is one square you could stand.
Well, I mean,
You could run around him, I guess.
I can, yeah. I don't care.
I don't know. It's just that maybe next wave is even worse demons.
Maybe.
Just
Might not.
having to make a save every one of their turns is going to be annoying.
Yeah.
I just remember the Glabrasu that has like a stun for 10 rounds thing.
But they have a great save, so it's not going to be useful to use that then. So
Yeah, it needs to be a charisma save.
No,
I'll try it. Screw it. So Cyril will run around the rock and then utter a divine word. Now I'm presuming all of them are above 50 hit points.
Yes.
So they need to make a charisma save or be banished to their original plane.
What
Or
What's the
DC?
DC?
forced back 16? Yeah.
All right, and they have magic resistance, so they have advantage to their saves. You hit everyone?
Yep. Okay, advantage, so he succeeds. He's gone. Forced back to his plane of origin. So is he. He makes it, just. So is he. If this last one fails, that would be... Oof. So a
So we
third
have
of them.
failures from 3 and 1. These two.
4 goes.
All 3.
4 and 3.
4 and
One-
3.
Yeah, one
you're
made
right,
the advantage.
Oh yeah, the 2 closest to you.
Yeah, lovely.
They hear your divine word and
They
just
just
thrown away.
can't handle it. Alright, that was 30 foot. So, and I still have a standard accent.
There's still 15 feet of movement.
I do still have 15 feet, but that's not going to get me many places. It will get me in their faces, though. So I'll finish my movement going here, and then I will use a cantrip, because that's really all I can do.
Or dodge.
Actually, dodge is a pretty decent idea. I'll dodge. Boop.
Alright. We'll fly over here
It's rude.
and let out another screech, making you all do constitution saves.
My god.
Love rolling saves.
Ron will re-roll that one. That's worse, so he gets hit by it.
23 fails.
You are stunned until the end of this rock's next turn.
Oof.
Can I keep concentration while I'm stunned?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
You are incapacitated. Do you lose concentration when you're incapacitated?
No.
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 At least I don't think so.
If you're unconscious, you are.
Yeah, I think so long as you can think, you can concentrate.
If you're paralyzed, you have concentration because you're still free to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do one.
Oh, you lose
you
concentration? Yeah, you lose concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated or if you die.
That kind of sucks.
Oh, well.
Unfortunate.
Suppose if we'd known that, we should have waited until the next turn. Guess that's
Comes over here and will spread its wings out and shake them, throwing blackened spores everywhere around it. Making Gash, Liam, and Cyrilla do constitution saves against poison.
We are immune to poison.
You are immune to
Didn't know that though.
Oh, of course it didn't. Did not see your like thrown away diamond balls.
No, we ate them,
Gash
remember?
is stunned.
It's true.
This rock will probably go over here. Actually, okay, he can go here.
Opportunity
So
attack.
attacking incapacitated people is advantage in autocrit, yeah?
No.
No?
That's paralyzed.
Incapacitated just means they can't take actions. Paralyzed is the one way you
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're entirely right. Well, he'll attack this guy anyway.
He gets advantage in the attack roll according to stunned.
Talon. So that's one hit for 9.
Also, did he fly up? Because if he went past me, I get an
Yeah,
attack
they
opportunity.
fly. They're
Son of a
much
bitch.
faster flying than walking. Liam.
Just want to
Murder.
kill things. Nix will. Which one have you hurt? One. Fly over here to help.
Yeah.
7 stunned us, so that doesn't really matter. Liam will attack 6. Have it. That's a 16 hit.
Yes.
5 plus 7 is 45, 52 damage. Rock for 6.
Flesh. Bloodied.
That's it.
Alright. Could someone give me a d6?
Okay.
Alright. Cyrilla,
Yeah.
would you do me a dexterity saving throw?
I get advantage on this because I'm dodging?
I believe that's
Yeah.
a
Yep.
thing in dodging, yeah.
Dexterity saving throw. Hotcha! 16?
Yes. Because a big demon is knocked backwards and falls where we just were. But
Ooh.
the Cyrilla manages to jump out of the way as the demon sort of breaks and smashes a bunch of mushrooms before running back into the fight. Effectively like this, like
Alright. Alright.
Don't you appreciate that dodge action?
I appreciate that dodge, yeah.
Sparkle here. I'll attack for 1. Well, that doesn't help with advantage even.
That is many ones.
Okay, well,
Damn.
that is a 24 for 11 damage. Cyrilla.
I'm not doing that anymore. Roland, I am gonna heal though. I would like to get there without. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Alright, I'm just gonna speak at him instead. Healing word is rather good still. So I'll cast Healing Word at Roland for a tidbit to keep you up a bit. Oddly enough, 10% of your hit points. And then I will actually move over here and attack Vrock 6. Oof.
Nope.
Double 4s. Yeah, gonna do much with that.
Alright.
And then I'll like go back over here.
This one will claw at. It'll you know what? It'll beat Gesh and claw. Roll it. Jordan. Beat Gesh.
Oh,
For
okay.
critical for 17.
Could be worse.
And then it talons halfling 22 for 22. And then you get to not be stunned anymore.
Hey.
So, this one up here will attack Cyrilla to put an elvish thinking. Gash.
Alright, finally, fighting demons. I guess it's not gonna do anything fancy, but I would like to have... Oh, Fingermatches over there, okay. Gash will Eldritch Blast this guy a lot.
Mhm.
29. Well, 30, 15, and 18.
That is all hits.
Okay, for very good damage. 41.
Blam.
And I will not to push him away. And Finger Muncher will help. Let's see. I think Roland needs some help down there. So Finger Muncher will help Roland against this guy.
This one will tag Roland. Really?
I mean, he's free to.
He can get good position. Over here and lay out a screech, which is able to get everyone.
Con saves, yay!
Yay.
No.
Who was it again? Sorry.
Everyone.
God damn it.
I'll put the ignition back on myself again.
I repeat, you're looking at a DC of 14.
No, group stunned. Like, everyone is stunned.
Unless it's like a spell like.
Except for Gesh. Gesh is not stunned.
Yeah.
Gesh,
Oh,
you carry the party.
I'll go to the bathroom. It's gonna be something for a while.
And today we won't even get to fight the demon lords. We'll just die to this.
All right, I mean, that's pretty good for them. This one will continue to smack at 14. And nothing. This one. We'll take Gesh. Gesh is still up.
What? That's a bit... Just dodged over me.
But you're stunned.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
He rolls a 1 and does not have advantage.
Can't
against
do
Gesh.
anything, Cyrilla. Remember?
I forgot.
Yeah.
This one will get Gesh too. Actually, you know what, Cyrilla? She now it has advantage. Maybe we can hit her. Okay, crit for 16.
Rude.
And Talon, 17 to hit. Gesh.
Gesh will continue blasting the injured one. For good rolls again. I believe those are all hits.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it need all of them to kill him?
2 of them.
2 of them. Alright, the third one will go north then. And also knock him back 10 feet.
All right. This one will let it roll. 24 damage
Oof.
and nothing. And then you are no longer stunned. William.
He's stunned, isn't he?
No,
Just
that's gone
ended.
now.
Oh, he got stunned again.
No,
Right.
just ended.
Oh,
Just-
okay.
A round goes really fast when PCs don't get turns.
Well, I believe he went to the bathroom because he assumed it would take longer.
Roll on.
Ow. 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 I do not appreciate this treatment.
Big bird thing attacking you.
I'm going to go ahead and stab forward, removing blade at advantage. That's 25 to hit.
Hits.
Or 16 sneak attack and 9 sonic on top.
You attacking number 1, yeah?
Number 5.
5.
That's my advantage.
Yes, that's true. So that is 23. 9 is 32. Damn.
And because, ow, this has been getting painful, I'll second wind.
Right. Jordan.
Riordan will cast Dissonant Whispers on Rock 1 down there.
Hmm.
So it needs to make a save. Needs to make a wisdom
With
save.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Has advantage. 14.
6 damage, and Roland gets an attack of opportunity as it tries to fly away as far as it can go.
If he didn't attack that one already, he has advantage for weeks.
He
Didn't.
already used it. Or, oh, yeah,
No,
okay.
No, he didn't attack that one yet.
Alright,
Sure.
then.
Advantage and sneak attack.
That was a terrible roll though for my 5d6.
Still a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, it's working though.
Is this a fault of my
You
deaths,
can-
or can I step
you're
here?
small.
Okay,
You're small. You can be of this half.
cool.
Well, it's going right back. It moved as far as it could, so I can only get back to where it was. 11.
Ow.
Try to tell him, but Cirilla.
Oh, there's so much damage already. But it's fine. It is copeable. I just need to double check that I am correct. Yep. Alright, so what I want to do is, thankfully, Roland is in 30 of me. So I'm going to cast my Preserve Life. 22 can go to Riordan.
How
31.
many, sorry?
22, all of it.
Okay.
31 to Roland, and Gesh can heal to max.
Okay.
As that rounds up to a nice 70. That is my standard action. And I'm not going to use anything for my bonus action.
Alright.
I am kind of happy here. Rude.
So here. Attack Cirilla. Hitting her for 11.
Just.
And critting her for 26.
That's very rude. So 37.
Gesh.
Gash will blast number 2.
Mhm.
For 18, 18, 21.
That is.
For a total of 32 damage, and he'll be pushed all the 30 feet. Go away.
Alright.
Then Gash will take a step here.
This will attack 1. Critting him for 21.
Ow. 1 moment.
So many crits.
Yeah, that,
That's not the worst to get them out of the way now.
I mean, this is true, but at the same time,
That's not true. Probably doesn't work that way.
ow, I still hurt. Ow. Okay.
Well, which one have we heard? Everything seems to be very spread out.
Everything's
both.
hurt.
Yeah.
That's the problem here. Stack damage, people. Come on.
Everything's hurt, nothing's bloodied.
Yeah, well. Let's go to the closest one then. $24, 48, 50
Miss hit.
damage on the rock.
What?
50 damage.
48, 50. Alright. Yes. I can just do this. Yeah. As from the battle outside seems to be going to hot, you hear an explosion as one of the Baylors is killed. Exploding, sending debris and pieces of body parts and whatnot spraying everywhere. I need all of you to do me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex.
How
Oof.
large is that explosion? Because it was kind of far away.
Yes, it is far away.
It's the stuff that's landing on us that's
Yeah,
like debris.
You're looking at DC of 13.
Oh, Riordan makes it.
Riordan, yeah.
This is gonna be a lot of damage.
All right, if you fail, take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're prone.
Okay.
That's not as bad as I was expecting, but I'll take it.
So this is save or half, right?
No, it's all or nothing.
Okay.
Then Roland, gonna need you to do another one. Dexterity save.
Was that 'cause I failed the first one? What was that, 11 damage? No.
And prone. And then another one, as a big thing stumbles towards you, knocking a bunch of mushrooms, almost falling on top of you.
Nope.
Well, okay. Okay, no, sure. Well, then you simply take another 14 damage.
It was also not save for half, I imagine.
Bunch of stuff falls on you.
I can successfully say I've taken enough damage in this battle to die already if it doesn't heal.
Roland, you're laying on the ground, rocks are sort of hovering.
I'll bounce to my feet for half my movement.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense to get up first.
Got a red X on your face?
I don't have an X in my face.
To me, you do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a thing that's dying. Anyway, I'll ignore it.
It's probably the bloodied that's... I don't know. Might fail to load for you.
Never mind.
I'm going to go ahead and try to stab the rock to the north of.
All right, number 5. That's a hit. 34. 46. Thrown back to the abyss.
To the abyss with the...
I'm then going to disengage back to this position.
All right. Gordon.
Let's see here. Can I help somebody? No, actually, you guys can get up. It's fine.
Actually, I got up after we here.
All right, then I'll move there then. Jordan will use a cure wounds on Roland. As a level 2. 14. So you move there, so I can move. Sit back. All right.
I've got a halfling wall north of me.
Squawk. In here and attack Liam.
That misses.
Cirilla.
Forgot what prone even does in this edition.
Advantage to attacking you.
And disadvantage on attack rolls for you.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to decide where I want.
Cost half your movement to stand up. Reason.
Only half.
Yep.
All right. Get up. It's not that big a deal.
No, it's really.
Oh god, I'm looking at the shit fuck that is our health. I think I'm just gonna probably make it nice and easy for me. Do this again for me and Roland. Because I think we can share 35 each. Maximizing that spell. And again, I won't use my bonus action. So I'm done.
This one. Just gonna fly over here.
So
Can't I guess
fast.
with advantage? Very fast.
Yeah, I guess you'll have advantage. I'll allow it.
That is
Yeah.
19 hits.
No, what was that, 19?
Yep.
It'd have to be a 6, 7 even. On the second one, that doesn't do anything.
No.
So 28.
28. 28 is fine.
Gosh.
Cash will stand up. And, well, attack this one because he'd have disadvantage against the other one.
Mhm.
Oh, bunch of damage, hopefully. 18, the lowest one. Does that still hit?
Hits. All of it.
For a total of 30. No, that's not right. First one was 7, not 17. 29 damage.
Bloody. You want to push it?
No.
William.
Finger Muncher will help Roland against the top one.
Try to kill the bottom one. If it's destroyed, Liam will go for number 20 damage, kill it.
No.
Does 34 damage, kill it.
Just.
The top one takes 16 damage. And on a cleave attack, another 18. 26, 34 damage on the top one.
Right. The yellow Valor is pushed up against the statue and torn, its heart eaten by a beast of butchery. And the explosion follows. As I would like a lot of you, give me some dexterity saves.
Oh, where did grass disappear to?
What?
I mean, he's the one who's sneaky and hiding, so he's hiding somewhere.
Maybe.
Or fighting Inagu invisibly.
Maybe.
Maybe he just left, who knows?
We were told one would escape.
I mean,
Right.
presumably he got infected by the blood murder spell. So-
Though this is a save for half.
Yeah, I can use my very.
No!
That's 28 fire. Or half.
Oh, fuck me.
I'll take 14.
28. Ouch.
I've only got so much healing. Ah!
The first fight, I'm almost out of healing.
Sounds about right.
Oh no, I've cast one spell and used my preserve life twice, but yeah.
Then, as Orcus is, he's a mace in his hand, the wand of Orcus, a skull, one of the greatest heroes that ever lived on it, defiled and broken, brings it down on the head of Yinaku, exploding the demon's face and body into a splash of horrible maggots that happen to spray in your direction. I'm going to need you all to do Constitution saves.
Oof. So many saves. My saves haven't gotten better since the start of the
With
game.
a
Ah!
DC of 13.
Oof.
Alright.
What's gonna happen to me, Malachi?
Gonna get eaten from the inside.
And only you.
You take 14 necrotic. Sprayed with
God damn it.
goop.
14 maggot damage.
Roll.
I'm going to try and execute this rock. As I will go ahead and stab it with booming blade.
Valky, you didn't take the damage from
From what?
the 14 damage.
I saved, did I not?
It was
Yeah,
for
it's
half.
safe for half.
Oh, right, okay.
You took full damage, you should have taken it.
Okay.
Rock is slain. Leaving a horrible struggle as more demons smash and break upon one another.
I just want to heal.
You get to roll initiative again.
Do we?
Yes, I'll do it for you just a moment.
Okay.
Yes. The place has thinned out significantly, leaving only the strongest of demons to still be here. Yes, a couple of them, the ones that have been tough enough to survive, will descend upon you.
Does that mean we're tougher than 90% of demons?
Hmm?
Like, we're still here. Does that mean we're tougher than 90% of demons?
No.
Yeah, you're tough. You are tough because you have teamwork.
And because we
Remember
hid in a
these.
corner.
Demonic wolves, terrible spiky poison tails. They do bad things. To you, particularly. I believe you're talking about being stunned forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan.
Right. What does Riordan know about these things?
Well, you fought them before. They are creations of Yinaku. And they generally do a lot of bad things to people. They're very fast. They move very fast and try to get close to you as fast as possible. After which they begin to paralyze you and eat you.
Right. Are they immune to being charmed?
Yes, all demons are.
Okay, then I can't do much at all except heal people. So I'll go do that. Let's see. Is there anything else I can do? Not immediately useful now. I will go heal Gesh.
All right. You always heal Gash for the maximum you can roll. How
Right.
much is that?
It's a level 3, so that would be what 1d8 plus 2d8 plus.
Plus your mod, which I assume is 5. So 29. I'll take 29. I don't know who.
Just finger munches power.
Yeah.
Okay. In the between the fighting, since we re-rolled initiative, could Liam have cast a spell while we had some, like, a breather?
No, there's no breather, basically.
Okay, but the initiative got reset.
Yes, it's easier to do that way than to. I mean, for the next one, I can roll it just the new ones, if you prefer. Gesh.
Gash will cast Telekinesis. I think it's time to actually use spells, and I like that one.
Mhm.
And oh right, unknown macro, so I'm just gonna click hold monster instead.
Sure.
So that is, however, telekinesis, which he will attempt to use on the one to north.
Sure.
It will be an opposed strength check. So he rolls strength, I roll my charisma. Oh wait, I'll just roll
Again?
manually.
Gross.
I
Oh, okay. Just
do, yeah. He is restrained.
restrained.
Yes, until the end of my next turn, he is restrained.
Attacks against him have advantage, and he cannot move.
Yes.
Liam.
Well, just keep. How long can you keep him up there?
As long as I make the opposed check, which is pretty much a 50-50.
Yeah, then. Gauge this guy.
No spell casting to be done.
No, that cost me an action, so.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
true.
could, but that would behoove him to attack me, which would be nice if he did. Sure. Let's.
Can reveal that actions are gonna be. There's not gonna be any pauses.
I'll give myself mirror images. Move up here. Tank him. Here we go.
He will accept that challenge and attack your mirror images.
Mhm.
Trying to attack you, but maybe hitting your mirror images.
Yep, let's take a look. I think I have 4. Is it 3 or 4? I have
3.
Alright. D4 then. 1 is Liam. Yep, Liam get hit.
Is this advantage? Or just normal?
It's normal.
Why do you roll a d4, by the way? Doesn't the spell exactly say that you have to roll a d20?
Yeah, but it's easy to roll a D4 sheep because it's 3 images plus Liam.
That's true. Yeah, it's the same probability. I guess because in reality you won't have a d3, which you will roll now.
Yep, exactly.
Traditionally, the way to do D3 is D6 halved.
So do I get hit by that? I guess I did.
I can try and stop it.
It is a lot. Is this the one with the poison on? It stuns.
That's the tail.
That's more important.
Watch the tail.
Alright, I'll wait for the tail and see what happens then.
We are immune to poison.
It's true.
I believe.
That
Immune
is
to being
true.
poisoned, though.
No, it's immune to poison.
I have freedom of movements. I can't.
Oh, that's nice.
Technically, so.
Right? The feast makes you immune to poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yep. The feast becomes immune to poison and being frightened.
Yeah, I can survive.
Yeah, sure. Take it then.
Next.
Yeah.
That
Miss.
is.
This one is currently held.
Yep, there's
Doesn't have a
nothing you
ranged
can do
attack,
about it.
so, it'll dodge, I suppose.
Wait, does Fang have Booming Blade on? Because it moved.
He does not.
Okay.
No. Liam does not use Booming Blade anymore. It's 2 attacks instead of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pays better. I'm gonna find.
However, it's great for me who generally only makes 1 attack.
Yep, I can't find it right now. It's dodging. Rolling.
Sure. I'll help Liam with the wolf situation. Spend 5 feet of movement, go here. I will go ahead and bring down a booming blade upon it. 19.
It hits. 35,
47.
7.
I'll then disengage bounce back. But the booming blade is still active.
Cirilla.
Dear God, there's a lot of damage around. So I'm going to use one of these. And sheep, for you, that is 3 times 8 plus 10.
Plus 10, so 34.
Yep.
I'll take 34.
Everyone else gets 21 except for Cirilla.
Who gets 28 instead?
All right.
Bleh.
We're healer of life in a big boss battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here. Shit, yeah, don't want to punch up too much. Ugh.
Let's see. You said he was dodging, right?
Mhm.
So.
Basically, it negates the penalties of his restraining.
Right.
Except for the whole can't move.
So you can give people bardic inspiration, right?
Yes, I can.
And that works on ability checks, right?
You can use it for. Let me double check. Because
That would be incredibly powerful right
I
now.
mean, you used it before in your own ability check, didn't you?
You're talking about to keep your opposed check working.
Yeah,
One ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
yeah.
All right, sure. I will use my bonus action to inspire Gesh then. Yes,
Right.
I can.
Kind of want to stains.
I will attempt to fairy fire the bottom demon here.
Mhm.
So I can angle it so it just hits him. There's no point drawing it. Dex save for 18. All right, makes it.
Who knows? Maybe who knows? Maybe you cover some minor demon somewhere.
He's moving pretty fast, though not magic resistant. Gash.
Alright,
Not
Gash.
boosting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that again. Although let me. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say let me roll first, so I have to decide whether to use the inspiration or not before I see the roll. But I'm definitely gonna use it. There was a button for that, wasn't there? Yes. 3 for barely enough.
All right.
So Gash will also lift this guy 30 feet up. So if he does succeed, he'll take falling damage.
All right.
Just like casually turn him upside down.
Well, let's keep
Flip the dog.
smacking into this guy. Advantage on the first attack. Wow. That's a 4. That's a 17 hit.
Yes.
So, gosh, 26 plus 24, 30, 50, 77 damage. Hits. Smash.
Dead.
How do we do the flat strength check for you guys, Manika? Do I have that same macro?
Ability check and strength.
I don't think we've got it.
Maybe.
What's the
Okay,
what's
it's
the
no issue.
Can you just do a save?
15.
Same thing.
Mhm.
Save is
Exactly
the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, proficiency are on saves. If it's,
Doesn't matter right
just
now.
strength, then
Doesn't
it's...
matter.
What's the reach of the tail?
The reach of
15.
the tail is 15. 30 up right now. I can't reach anybody. Well,
However, I can still reach it.
Clay pigeon shooting.
Pew pew.
Huh?
Hi, Orcus. Go and keep smashing Demogorgon over there, okay? Like, not ready to receive you yet.
Is it still dodging, Manika?
yes. It has nothing else to do. Wiggling, turning, trying to.
That's disappointing for me, I'll be honest.
Well, it's believe it's just neutral now. Because it's also restrained.
No, it's only neutral. I don't have the advantage. Still, I don't know if they're immune to fire or not, but we'll find out. Kapoof. 17 to 15
Hit.
fire damage.
It is resistant to fire.
Okay. Record it next time then.
Cirilla.
Alright. I'm just going to top everyone off. Or get close to it, at least, using a 3rd level spell. Sheep, that's 1d... that's 4...
It's enough
plus
to fully heal me.
whatever. 4 plus 8.
I feel like a large amount of this is just for Cirilla's. You were pretty badly wounded.
Yeah. It's mostly for me. But
Yeah, the selfish like character you are.
it still helps everybody. It's a bonus action, you know what? I'll make it. Take a con check, I guess, or wisdom save even.
Wisdom save again.
Yeah.
That's a great bell tolls.
Nothing then. Oh, that would have been
Your
good.
Orcus is trying to hit Demogorgon with the wand, but Demogorgon's tentacle arms is wrapped around Orcus's wrist and is squeezing it to the point where it's falling off.
Alright.
So Orcus howls. Probably they will. You and well, whoever wins that fight will probably be here at the end of this round.
Okay.
So kill it quick.
I'll wait on that spell, just in case I lose concentration like I did last time. I'd lose a 6 slot in a round. So I'll just shout at him.
Grr.
Grr, please die.
He's very offended.
5 damage.
He might be a bit disheartened being suspended in midair.
Upside down.
It's just madly snapping its jaw trying to you.
That's it.
Gosh.
Alright. Universal post check. And the beauty is, even if I fail, he's going to be prone, so Liam gets to murder him. I do not fail, however. So he will be gently floated down to the bottom, still restrained.
Alright.
I wish you could violently send him down.
No,
Care
I-
package for Liam.
Alright, yeah, so he's sitting there restrained.
Approach at your own risk.
Yeah. Walks up, stop to smack it.
And Finger Muncher will give you advantage.
Yay.
Which you have anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hoya! Oh.
I suppose it's still dodging.
Well, one hit then, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 8 and a 5.
It stops dodging. I'll try to attack the person who's now close enough that it can.
Okay.
It has disadvantage, though.
He does. 16 is a miss.
Tail stinger flies out.
30 miss.
Hard to move, being pushed towards the ground by Gesh's hand.
Bring it down, Roland.
Do I need to spend an action to drop my shield, Malachi?
No.
No, I'm gonna say you can just throw it away.
I believe
Okay,
dropping is a free action.
In which case I drop my shield on the floor. And I'm going to go ahead as a bonus. Summon a second weapon. I'm going to summon a blade made of pure shadow in my office
Like you do.
to go along with my blade of pure light in my other hand. There's no macro for it, but there's the what's spell.
Shadow blade, huh?
Can I just make a note, Malachi, for later on? If your speed drops to 0, you can't dodge. So I don't think a restrained
Alright.
creature can dodge.
That makes sense.
I'm just going to go ahead and use Misty Step here to expend the spell. And then
I like the blade has the thrown value. Summon it
It does.
4 times.
I can throw this. I can throw this shadow blade if I need to. Which I'll move up. I can't attack with both this turn because I just summoned it, but I can attack with one of the two still. Which I will slash into it. I'll try it out. Right? Why not? This will also be a booming blade.
That can't be booming blade because.
Okay, it's
Wait, it's a cantrip. It's
Yeah,
a cantrip. Never mind.
So,
That works then.
Quick question.
Synergies.
Just a quick question though.
Yes.
How have you done 2 bonus actions and a standard action? Because the Shadow Blade's a bonus action, right? And then you Misty Step for another
No,
bonus
the Misty Step is just to expand the spell
yeah,
slot.
that was just me.
Oh, okay. Alright.
All right, so that's 18. That's 36. That's
Mostly psychic damage.
42. 36 of which is like.
it is almost dead.
As it turns out, rolling with double blades is going to be quite a.
Alright, this will work out pretty well. So she'll come over here. Because I want to make sure that I use this just before this battle. So I'll cast Holy Blade on Fang. And then I'll carry on to use my standard to attack this beast for 17 damage, 8 of which is radiant, if that matters.
It's a magic weapon, so
'Tis magical.
stabbing into the creature's heart. It's at the same time behind you.
Oh, I'm moving.
A terrible sound happens. At this point, the sounds of battle have almost died away, as most things are just blackened and sort of full of ichor and demonic blood just splattered absolutely everywhere. The statue somehow is still standing, seemingly fine, but very gross at this point. Mushrooms and such all spread all over. The badger's hole, though, seems to have survived as well. Who knows how that might have occurred.
Nice.
You see Demogorgon, his terrible grip, having at this point his tentacles wrapped all over Orcus, as Orcus sort of roars and tries to move his deadly wand. The Prince of Undeath held tightly as the long tentacle arms of Demogorgon snakes around him, squeezing his flesh, making little maggots wrinkle out of it, dropping to the ground, where they sort of wiggle towards you. You probably stomp them. Make sure they don't touch you. The grip tightens and tightens as it begins to crush his throat. The sounds of whatever squishy things that are inside of Orcus being popped like a massive sit. He's crushed, splattered, and explodes in a haze of just stuff. Demogorgon seems different. The other demons have enraged each other, ripped and torn, while Demogorgon seems to take a special delight in ripping Orcus apart. He brings the rotting heart to his mouth and bites into it before it is finally evaporated, as Orcus is banished back to the abyss. Demogorgon breathes the end of his rival. She looks to you with a final thing, stopping him from taking control of this entire plane by himself. He throws away the limp pieces that remain of Orcus and roars, both heads in triumph. The eyes burning across the battlefield as they fix upon something Orcus has dropped. The legendary Wand of Undeath, the Wand of Orcus, thrown to the ground, where Orcus fell.
This is when I would have put a bonus action to have it thrown towards Riordan.
Telekinesis, sheep. Telekinesis.
I'm
Right here.
way ahead of you.
Lady Sorella, grip it. It is your
The
destiny.
Demogorgon's hungry hand would claim it, and with it, the power of the other demon lord.
That would be bad.
He
Something
gets
his
the first turn.
desire-
I mean, probably. He's probably.
Let's re-roll initiative, shall we? Or do you want to keep what you have?
I would like to re-roll, but
Sure.
I like an 18.
pretty
It's
good,
it's only
actually.
it's only for the reason that when I use a resource to bump my initiative, I'd rather not have it reset. But since I didn't use it this time, you can do whatever you want. It's
I
fine.
mean,
I re-rolled last time, but you didn't seem to like it, so
I'm fine with 17 initiative. That's like as good as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, let's just keep this.
I
sure.
don't think I don't think 2 elves are happy, but we'll deal with it.
We'll deal with it. Jonas, change to Holy Fang.
I'm gonna need it.
Sure am.
Holy Fang!
the Prince of Demons enters battle.
Does he seem hurt at all?
Somewhat, but not badly. Particularly, he's got like rips and tears and pieces of flesh missing, but his movement does not seem impaired compared to what it is. He is, however, probably weaker in this state than he has ever been, or at least for a very, very long time. Already blood is dripping from him, battle hardened. His magical power and essence already spread across the battlefield.
Ew.
Yes, he is hurt. Looks to you.
I bet we could make a great liquor from his blood.
Power.
Oh yeah.
What?
Domestic. Don't think initiative. Oh, here.
I feel like I feel like some characters here might go need to see a psychiatrist after this. Looks over to be honest, still dripping with
Well.
with monster.
No!
That's a good roll.
Can't do anything about that.
That's a good roll.
If only we had a divination wizard.
Yes, and now something you'll intend you on. It is indeed Demogorgon. He has 2 heads, burning, horrible eyes. When you stare or look upon the eyes of Demogorgon, terrible things happen to your mind. He has a gaze attack. As such, at the beginning of your round, you have to say whether or not you can see him. If you choose not to, or to blind yourself to him, that's up to you. He will be immune to his gaze attacks. If you do look upon him and are not blind, then you are susceptible to his gaze. In this place, however, the hallowed place Jimja took you to, you have a unique advantage. I believe this was briefly touched upon, though it didn't make much sense at the time, but here, demons cannot make you go mad, and they also cannot dominate your mind. As such, you're immune to being charmed and turned against your fellows by any charm effect. As such,
Okay.
the gaze will mainly be paralyzing and confusing. But it's worth keeping in mind. As this horrible monster will make his steps.
I'm gonna grab the wand.
Yeah, there goes that plan.
No, it's not done yet.
I mean, he's grabbed a wand.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh,
No.
he didn't.
It's like, I'll get that later.
There's a risk associated with it. As you can probably imagine. Yeah, but as the giant demon stomps and crushes, glaring at the wand, the desire obvious, the lust for power. As he will move over, his spells sadly expended. Instead, however, the massive tentacle arm, still covered in all the ichor of all the things he has destroyed, will reach out, 2 of you. He will strike at Liam and Cyrilla.
Gone.
Liam?
Well, actually, can Riordan do a
Yes.
Like
Yes.
and I will shield that. That will just be enough, I
Okay.
believe.
Literally just.
Shield. Can expend it. And we have a +5, which is 23, and then that is enough, yes. Then the other one will come for Cyrilla. Critting
Oh,
her
dear,
for
I think
30.
God.
And a Constitution save.
Not much we can do about it.
Actually, I
tentacles.
can.
Into rip and
Maximum
tear.
Constitution.
All right. I can tell you that would not have succeeded, but it is a natural 20, so it does anyway. As she begins to feel the tentacles actually draining life, sucking it out of her, permanently losing it to the character when you're damaged by Demogorgon. Crit on your save? That didn't happen.
Oh, that's nice. It's like a wraith drain attack.
All right, so I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah.
Jordan.
No, you're not. Riordan is going to cast Force Cage. It has two forms. I'll put the macro down. So one of them is a cube, one of them is a cage. The cube is too small, so I will ignore that. In a invisible cube-shaped prism composed of force springs into existence around an area. So the cage version is 20 feet on each side. Can be up to, and has half-inch diameter bars spaced half-inch apart. Any creature inside the area when cast is trapped. Creatures only partially within the area or too large to fit are pushed away from the center until they're outside. If you're trapped inside, you can't leave it by non-magical means. If you try to teleport or use interplanar travel, you must make a charisma saving throw. On a success, you can leave. On a failure, you waste the spell or whatever you did. And it also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel and can't be dispelled by dispel magic. So
Quick
I'm just going to put a box around him, and that's basically the cage.
Come.
It should ask first. Are you looking in his direction? I assume you
Yes, I am. I have to target him. I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'll just draw this as such.
Come to Riordan's magical menagerie where he has Demogorgon in a private.
Yeah. So it's going to be hard to attack through, but any other effects and spells can get through. It's just a cage.
No,
but
it
he can't.
says it blocking any spells cast into or out of from the area.
That is only if you use the cube version. That is too small. There's two versions. So the cage is 20 feet each side. The prison in the shape of a box is 10 feet on the side.
Okay.
So that one is too small for him to fit in. So this is the one that'll have to do.
Too large to fit, pushed away. Creature
Very
inside.
strangely
Can't
worded.
leave it by non-magical means. If it tries to use teleportation or interplanet travel to leave the cage, creature can use magic. It cannot use, so it can attack out of the cage.
It can, yeah. It is half-inch diameter bars spaced half-inch apart, so I would assume it'd be difficult either way for both to hit him or not. You can choose what you want for that. But spells, yeah, they can get in and out, no problem. Doesn't block anything. It just traps him in it, and he can't get out.
Mhm.
And he's gonna walk over here.
He'll take an attack opportunity.
Oh wait, what's his reach? Sorry.
10 reach.
Oh, I didn't realize. If you don't mind, I will stay where I am.
That's 15 from where
We're
he is.
one closer, right?
Where was I? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
All right.
I don't know if Cyril is still grappled, but
No,
if
she's not
I
grappled.
wasn't grappled at all.
oh, you weren't. Okay, good.
He's just slithering.
Just sucks your life instead.
Nor did she have her head popped.
Yeah, that's Riordan.
All right. Cash.
I'm too far away from the wand.
Are you?
you can move in his reach without provoking.
I'm
His reach.
too far away though.
You just move like.
Move around in a circle. You're not in his reach right now, are you?
No.
Not.
Then go around this way, can't you?
Yeah, but I can't do that in one turn. It's too
What's
far.
the range? What's the range of your telekinesis?
That's an action though.
Yeah, you have movement action though. Oh, sorry, I meant to measure.
Oh yeah, that's
Charges the cage.
a fair point. If I,
Just
you can
move and then cast.
It should be like 30 feet.
Yeah.
but I'd need to be within 30 of the wand also.
Yes.
Then I would be in the street, wouldn't I? No, I wouldn't. Okay, perfect. Yes.
You can also be here, sheep.
Gash
Well,
will
be up there apparently.
move over here and use his telekinesis to float the wand over to him and grab it.
Or away. Just away.
Yeah, don't grab. I wouldn't grab a wand that's.
Kind of opposite undead power.
Yeah.
Gash is gonna grab the wand.
You're gonna
Alright.
die.
Bye,
You're
Gash.
literally gonna die if you
It's
do it.
fine. We need this wand. How else are we gonna kill Demogorgon?
It's
It's a demon wand. Obviously, it's a weapon.
It
Demogorgon was like,
Because
I'm not gonna pick this up
power.
yet.
if you Demogorgon did not pick that up because it was too risky. If you touch that, you're basically trying to supersede Orcus as the Prince of Undeath. You're trying
That's
to
pretty
claim
cool.
a god domain, and
That
you will probably die.
It is a wand of Orcus. It's not just a random wand. It is probably going to kill you if you touch it, or something worse.
probably making it sound scary. Isn't it?
It is very scary.
Anything else, Gash? Just moving on.
No, I'm uncertain about it. You know what? How about I'll think about it later. For now, the wand will just be chucked like 30 feet west, so it's out of Demogorgon's reach.
Sure. I'll do that.
If you're Demogorgon, not happy with seeing the one go flying.
Probably not. And Finger Muncher will give Liam advantage against Demogorgon.
Gorgon seems to currently be reduced in his intelligence as well, as he's still affected by the spell's maddening sort of rage essence.
Demogorgon, more like Demogorgon.
Intelligence, huh?
Actually, Manakai, thinking about it, let's put the wand right here,
Right.
like in reach, just in case.
Turns out Gesh will be our final boss, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep, it's good.
Well, on the end of Gesh's turn, Gorgon uses a legendary action, because he does not want anyone touching his wand. As it turns out. He does not like that at all.
Legendary action to.
So Gesh. He coming from this cage comes from the back end of the Demogorgon. He's facing the other way. Comes a massive spiked tail. I'm going to slash at him.
All right, Gash will pose disadvantage on it,
He can do
shifting reality to make it slightly more easier to dodge, and it's a natural one.
Natural one, thank God.
that.
And you also have advantage on him as well now.
As he sort of touches a broken mushroom, the mushroom just it rots and turns to dust by the touch. Gesh managing to impose the ward and somehow like duck and have the ward smash and block the strike. Liam.
Well, yeah, this is sort of it. Liam is going to cast haste on himself.
Mhm.
So, and then he will walk.
He's looking, I
close.
assume. Actually, you know what? I'll assume you're looking unless you say otherwise. I think that's
Yes, I think that's fair.
the cage. I'm thinking I'm just going to go with you can stab and such. You're experienced people. It doesn't give advantage to you nor to him. I think
That's fine.
That's
Right.
fine.
Since it's not mentioned.
Poke through. Liam will walk here, and then he will action surge to go again and do attacks on Gorgon. Yeah. Let's see if I can hit him. I hope he's somewhat weakened defense-wise, but I think it's pretty tough to hit if I had to guess.
Probably, yeah.
Did I have
He is
advantage from?
pretty-
Yes, advantage on the first attack from.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Hurrah! Crit!
Ooh, crit, yes.
Suck it, Demogorgon!
Well, now let's see if you can do a 20.
Oh yeah. That'd be,
Chop off a tentacle, wow.
oh, that'd be so funny. Oh
Oh,
no!
no!
What the
Close.
fuck?
Oh, that would have been.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it!
Oh.
Oh,
Only if there's someone who can reroll 20s, huh?
shit.
No.
Oh well.
It's only for myself. I can't use
That
it
could
for
have been,
everyone
that
else.
Oh,
could
that
have
would have been
been.
so good. Could have been great. Okay, well, it is a lot of damage.
It is still a lot of damage.
Okay, so well, this is radiant as well because it's a holy weapon now. So I don't know if that does more
He's
damage.
not
too.
weak to it. Radiant is strong against undead in 5th edition. Demogorgon has no weaknesses, only resistances.
All right, so 30, 63 plus 14. 63, that's 73, 77 plus.
By the way, those are all hits.
Yeah.
25 hits, 28 hits, 31 hits.
I assume this much.
I would really hope so, honestly.
Only the crit hits.
So is it still plus 14 on a crit?
Yeah.
So then it's 118.
118 holy magical radiant damage slashes into.
I want to hear what that looks like.
And you still have your haste attack, by the way.
Oh yeah, still on my haste attack. See if I can get another crit.
Still.
A miss.
Unfortunately not. Well, I mean, Gleams just moves like the wind. Gleaming sword, holy light, just cuts into him. Grim determination. You know, last time we faced this guy, we ran screaming away from him. Not this time. This time Liam charges in, and he's going for the kill.
Mhm. Yeah. The eyes turn towards Liam, both heads together. They force Liam to do a wisdom save as a legendary action.
Great.
You get advantage on that because of Hero's Feast.
That.
All
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
right.
not gonna help him much.
All right, Liam is confused.
No, it's
So
horrible.
Demogorgon's next
Shit.
turn.
Oh, that's fine. You're not acting until
Till his-
Demogorgon's next.
Till his next turn, he won't act until then, yeah?
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
fine then.
All right. Yeah. Liam.
Well, you could have taken over his mind, but that's not possible.
It's not possible.
Where's the goddamn estate? I guess there isn't a state.
I will add it. I think there is.
You know what? He'll just stun Liam instead. Doesn't make.
He can't stun me. I'm freedom of movement.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
just for the icon.
Oh, okay.
Just
Whatever. It doesn't matter because the Demogorgon's turn comes around first.
Let's
rolling.
keep hacking. Oh, if Nyx helps Roland.
I appreciate it.
I'm not sure how.
As
that-
Demogorgon is annoyed by bat.
Yeah, he hates
It's a
bats.
magical bat.
The magical screeching bat.
He gets the heads to snap at each
I
other.
It's not like really loud screeching in the ears.
Just like dive bombs towards him.
Roland's going to move to here. And with Shadow Blade in one hand and Dawnbringer in the other, I'm going to go ahead and, cut and
Free him down, Legolas.
initial strike,
Oh, that
21.
counts as one.
Oh, sorry, 30 for initial strike. Sorry.
30 hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Eight, 35. Well, Sonic being one of those nice times of damage that nothing is immune to.
Mhm.
Because it was added later than the monsters were made.
Yeah, 35. Radiant and Sonic.
Radiant sonic damage.
And then I'm going to go ahead and
Right
offhand.
and loud.
And then I'm going to go ahead and bonus action offhand with.
Oh.
Psychic. Interesting.
Psychic Blade. Yeah, that hits.
And because I honestly just want to get as much damage poured in as soon as possible here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, action surge to get one more strike.
All right.
Which will also be as a psychic in this case.
Also. Cut into him, both of you. Roars, raging, pushing the bars. Thriller.
Okay, so I'm not going to look at Demogorgon.
Okay.
Um,
Blind you.
that's fine.
Now only
Because
look in this direction. Target things in that direction.
that's fine. Well, I can still attack him even though I'm blinded to him. Because I don't care if I
You
miss.
can attack him with closed eyes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if I miss, really. So
It's a miss.
I'm gonna do that. And then I think I'm just gonna like.
You're using the free
actually-
from attacking them.
Yeah, I'll just go like over here.
It is very curious that closing your eyes and blindly flailing your sword suddenly makes it easier for you to not get hit by his retaliation attack.
I don't write the rules, all right?
It just makes it be like, oh,
That's just how good Cyrilla is.
He's very fast.
Also, she needs to get to the wands.
And he is also being stabbed a lot.
Yes.
That's how I'm going to explain it. He's in a cage being stabbed a bunch, and he has other things to think about than the cleric blindly flailing at him and then running away.
True.
That does not seem to be.
All right. That was my action. No one's particularly hurt other than myself.
not yet.
Exactly.
Sure, something needs to be done with this. Demogorgon thinks. He will attack Liam. Horrible tentacle. Well, that's not going to help anybody. He'll do it again.
It's a hit.
32 and a con save.
Well, I have images still running, so let's roll the d4.
D3 now, right?
An image box. No.
Oh yeah, the first one hit you.
He does have true sight. He ignores anything
Oh.
that's.
Oh, come on. It's
Okay, then.
Demogorgon. You should have expected that.
Just trying to take what we can get hold of it. It's hard enough already.
Cast the spell. I want my money's worth. Yeah, no, I certainly that.
His damage is also magical, so it ignores your armor reduction.
Ouch. Can't save.
Nice save.
And a con. Save.
Constitution. 9. I will use my Indomitable reroll.
Alright. Reroll that.
Seems reasonable.
17.
Probably still not enough because it's Demogorgon.
It is still not enough. It means that Liam's hit points is permanently reduced by 31.
Okay.
Maximum.
She has
And-
9.
I needed to crit to be able to make it.
Hoping one day restoration can fix that.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a
So
common thing.
that's 93 then.
We've got to up the DPS, people.
Okay, he's immune to being charmed. I can't make him dance.
Do you have another one of those inspirations?
I'm kind of saving it just in case something happens. But what do you want it for?
I want to grab his face telekinetically.
Restrain Demogorgon.
He's already. Okay, well, I'll see. I need to do something else first, though. Let's see here. He doesn't do any magical effects, really. So
Seemingly has spent most of his spells.
yeah, so Circle of Power is not going to help here. I guess I might just pull out what I got, or
I take a haste if you have nothing else.
I have a damage thing. He said, Malachi said his intelligence was a bit so maybe I can try and do that instead.
Yeah.
He's gonna cast Synaptic Static on Demogorgon.
Hmm.
So that's an intelligence save. That DC is 18 now. For 24 damage.
Sure. He's magic resistant. He has
Right.
advantage on the save.
Okay, well, that sucks. Still half damage. So psychic damage.
A slight psychic headache.
That sucks. Yeah, I guess Jordan will use his bonus action to give Gesh some inspiration. Is it an opposed strength check, sheep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
How are
don't.
you gonna outstrength
I
a
don't.
Demogorgon?
I don't think this is gonna work.
Listen. Watch me.
I will watch you. Probably not do it, but
Oh.
fine. Go try it.
So, yeah, it's going to use a legendary action against Liam to make Liam do a wisdom save.
Advantage.
He's gonna need it. Okay.
All right, Liam is confused.
Again? Okay.
Yes. So it does not want. Demogorgon is smart enough to not want any more of that.
How many legendary actions? Gee. Coming out.
Well, they recover every turn. No. We'll put still Shillelagh. That's a fine. That's confusing. There we go.
Demogorgon cast Shillelagh on Liam's holy weapon.
Yeah, that's Gesh.
Gesh will move over here, just to be close to the thing.
Demogorgon does not like this.
You know what? I don't care. And then Gesh will try to
Feel the power
telekinetically.
radiate off of this wand.
Well, it's gonna radiate for a while, so that's
Temptation.
it's really not.
What Gesh's brothers say. Gesh was the Lord of Undeath.
He would be.
Very jealous.
I don't think that's the right word.
Pity. Probably a lot of pity.
He would be
Grab that demon's face.
many things, but no. Gesh is about fighting demons, not becoming one of them. But he will try to telekinetically restrain Demogorgon. And in fact, before the battle started, he made a bet with Jimja, who bets that Gesh can do it.
Oh my
You would
god.
love to see it, at least.
Advantage and a extra D10. You might as well just roll it now, because I don't think there's anything else.
I mean, I'm not going to use it if I don't have to, so I'm going to roll this.
Demogorgon has
24.
advantage on anything against magic. He's pretty beefy too, as you might realize.
I expect as such.
Pretty strong. With advantage.
No, he's restrained. I don't even need to be inspired. I'm just this good.
But he will legendarily succeed. Because he's amazing.
Can he do that on a check? Really?
It's not a saving throw.
Saving throw.
It's
If
not
it's
a
not a saving throw, then no.
It's not a saving throw.
It's an
It's
Then there
opposed
you
strength
go.
check.
opposed
Yeah.
strength check.
All
There
right.
we go.
So Demogorgon is restrained by Gesh's hand. As Gesh squeezes his face, or
Yeah.
Squeeze his hands
Gesh's
together.
power of will
Wait,
wins
so,
over
so,
the demon.
so Gesh basically trying to force choke the demigorgon.
Oh yeah.
Like a
That's great.
If there
Float
weren't a false
billowing.
cage, if there weren't a false cage, he would have like lifted Demogorgon up and turned him upside down just for the hell of it.
I
Jim
like the
Jar
idea that he's
10 gold into Gesh's pocket.
I still like the idea he's floating off the floor of the cage very slowly.
Actually, Jim, I bet you could do it. Gesh has to pay Jim Jar. He
Yeah.
lift 10 gold out of Gesh's. He knows where it is. Yeah. All right. Advantage then. Liam, could you give me a? You're confused, so could you give me a roll for that? I believe it's a D8, right?
Yeah, roll a d8.
D10.
10,
It's a D10.
5.
5. You use an action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within reach.
Alright,
Anyone,
Demogorgon.
make an attack against Demogorgon.
Alright, I'll make an attack against Demogorgon.
You have an advantage.
You have to. In fact,
That's fine.
And this is why I stayed away from demigorgon. Stay away from him.
Well, that's a crit.
yeah.
So,
23
Hits.
and what?
Nice.
So 65
So much.
plus 14, 75, 79.
That right?
Yep, 102. Radiant slashing. Angry crit damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Looks like it. And you should roll a d20 because you never know.
Haven't I?
Oh, I thought I saw
It
it.
was like he won't hit me.
And the haste attack, I guess.
Yeah.
He's bloodied.
23. Was it
Is the haste a
hit?
bonus or part of the attack action?
The
a
haste
bonus.
gives
It's an extra action you can take to do limited things, which is one of them is attack with it, so you can't do it if you're just making a melee attack. That's part of confusion.
It uses its action to make controlled range. Affect creature can't take reactions.
Extra action.
Used it at the end of its turn. It's
gains an additional action on each of its turns. This action can be used.
I don't think you haste attack with a confuse.
Then I just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Liam.
And you can
All
make
right.
another save, right?
I'm not.
It ends automatically at the end. At the beginning of Demogorgon's turn.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, at the end of Liam's turn, though, it will look to Roland. Try to make him be affected by a wisdom save here.
Save.
Wisdom save, yeah.
Advantage.
19.
No. Roland is stunned at the beginning of the turn. As it then does not get murdered. Cirilla.
Me. I sort of want to heal myself and Liam. The easiest way to do that is mass healing word. But I don't really need to be healed because I can just leave more.
And everyone else is unhurt except for me.
Yeah, so I'm going to come over here because I believe that still leaves me... Oh, I can go even further away.
Just remember that if you're going to heal Liam, you're going to have to look at it.
No, I don't. I can
It's past him.
speak.
You have to
Oh,
cast healing
It's
word.
healing word. I just need to say
Oh.
the thing.
Okay, that's nice.
So... Healing word. I'm going to cast it somewhat high. For Liam's sake. So, Liam, you can heal 18. And I also heal 6. Yeah. I'm just going to relax over here, honestly. Good luck, guys.
The spell does say a creature of your choice that you can see.
I mean, you can see Liam without looking Demogorgon in the eye. Come on, Demogorgon is tall as a building.
Yes, but he can just turn around.
And then
There's no facing in this. Looking the way, healing Liam means that she is susceptible.
I mean,
Well, he's restrained, so he can't move at all, so he can't turn around. Actually,
There's no view cone in 5th edition, so
I know it's complicated.
dangerous.
you know what? It's fine. I'll look at him. I don't care that much.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do that, then you're gonna be like that. Then yeah, no, the gaze attack is only to look at Demogorgon for the purpose of actually attacking. She's not looking at Demogorgon. She's looking at Liam. Like,
No.
It's fine. Don't worry.
But as you might have noticed, it's not a passive case attack.
No, and it's wisdom based, and I'm particularly good at those.
Apparently the two fighters are not.
You're no longer affected by Shillelagh. Pick something that's easy to find.
Am I still stunned?
Lily.
Nope, you're not stunned anymore. Sorry. Put it on here. Bring it. There we go. Shillelagh. And stun is gone. As the Demogorgon will try to hit Liam, he's healed now.
Yes, disadvantage on these.
22, 26.
Shield?
shield.
All right. We'll bring the other one down on Roland.
21.
33 or 30.
It
Shield?
would be 21 because he is restrained, so he has
Yes.
disadvantage.
21.
Which case that
Shield.
Boring.
I like to imagine it's synchronized with both Liam and Roland saying the chant at the same time.
You guys realize he's going to hit me now because you guys are just too tanky.
Well, he only attacks twice. He's
Next
hurt.
time. Okay. Let's see here. That didn't work, so let's do some direct damage then. Does he have a 6th level? He has 1 left. Alright. Riordan's gonna cast Sunbeam. Basically, it is a beam of brilliant light from his hand. It's a 60-foot line, 5 foot wide. Each creature in the line makes a con saving throw. If it fails, it takes 68 radiant and is blinded until my next turn. On a successful save, it takes half damage. I can create a new line of radiance as my action on any turn until the spell ends. So for up to a minute, I can do it for every one of my turns. I also have I also have a 30-foot like bright light aura and dim light for additional 30 feet, and that is sunlight. So DC 18 con save for 28 radiant damage. All right, so 14 then.
14 radiant.
Just like there's so much sunlight over here between the two of us now.
Yep.
All right. Again, at the beginning of the round, tell me if you're not looking. Like, does Liam or Roland want to avert their eyes?
No.
Chances he'll gaze at you.
I mean, the problem is I can't really do any damage properly against him if I'm not looking at him.
What would it be? It would be like we close our eyes, we have disadvantage, but then he's restrained, so we have advantage.
Yeah.
So it would be like normal attacks against him.
I guess if he's still restrained, it's okay for us to avert our eyes.
Yeah, so I'm sure.
You're blind against him, meaning that you have disadvantage, and he has an advantage to attack you.
But he is restrained, so
Yes,
It cancelled out completely.
cancel out.
but I can mark you with blind so that I know it. Roland, yeah, no?
Yeah.
All right.
And we
Unless
decided that
unless Gash manages to lose grip, I'm going to keep.
Because then you are not targetable with that. All right. And that is then, Gesh's turn.
All right, you know it's a good bet to see if you can telekinetically restrain the Prince of Demons, but it's an even better bet to see if you can do it twice.
Sure,
So I'll try it again with a D4 from Ginger. D4 for another 24, which succeeds again.
Do it again. Just keeping him, holding him down, feeling the power. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got that inspiration in your pocket as well.
this is my moment. Why is there only one of you? This would be better if there were two.
It would not.
Two Demogorgons, you can
Make it
summon
a
another.
challenge.
Maybe with the wand you could summon a powerful.
No.
No.
But yeah, don't even have to be inspired. Fingermuncher will help Liam again, which makes no difference whatsoever, but he likes to feel like he's helping.
End of Gesh's turn. His tail will swing out against Liam. No advantage or disadvantage.
That's a hit.
31 for 14 magic damage and 20 necrotic.
34.
No con save on the tail.
Always something. Ends my concentration, unfortunately.
You could Indomitable if you wanted to, but it's a high DC, so maybe not.
What is the DC?
Losing haste is mean though, because you lose your entire next turn.
17, it says.
Yeah, you do lose your entire next turn, actually.
Yeah, I can Indomitable to reroll it, actually. Be a good idea. Con save.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I keep the haste.
There you go.
Nice.
Liam.
There you go.
Haste. Okay. Attack. Not very good.
Well, that's a miss, and a hit.
That is 28 damage. Then minus 1. 5.
25 hits.
And that is another 21.
The blood
Respectable
runs from
fighting.
the creature.
Liam will second.
I just had an idea. What if I put a ring of fire inside the cage
I mean, he'll be burning.
I mean, yeah.
constantly? But yeah, maybe.
At the end of. You know what? He will. Demogorgon will at the end of Liam's turn do another tail attack against him.
Tail attacks.
So many tails.
I can't do anything against that.
Demonic amount of tails.
Did you take the damage from the other one? Yeah, I guess you did, but healed.
I healed up. Ugh. Make the save. So I'm still holding. Hurt.
Rolling. Go ahead.
He'll move around here.
Watch your waist.
And I'm going to go ahead and flurry out with both attacks again. The first one, the booming blade, if it hits, extra damage as usual. That's no.
Miss.
Offhand? Yes.
The hit.
So the offhand still gets sneak attack.
43.
Ouch.
Wasn't there something about that thing in bright light?
No, it's if I'm in dim light though, I get advantage.
But since you're also wielding Dawnbringer,
Yeah.
that would never
Never
happen.
dimmed.
That's true, but the point but I didn't expect to be in dim light
Yeah.
anyway.
The point
so-
is, it doesn't do anything. Is
Really?
what the point is. Cleric it up.
Seems no one else is.
We're doing our fighter jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are doing your fighter jobs. It's true.
I see a nice little macro called Firestorm in your.
Yeah, I don't have that, unfortunately. I do have Dawn, but it's a little big.
It's a bit big, yeah.
It's a little bit big. I don't think I can position it to only get Demogorgon. Huh?
How big was it?
I think it's 30-foot radius.
Would you'll get
There you go.
my drain.
I mean,
I don't know if he'll get rid of your drain. Like your maybe.
My
check. It
Spell
does
also-
end diseases, blindness, deafnesses. It's not like restoration, I don't think.
I'm getting. I am in critical territory at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
It's worth noting. If you get reduced to 0 hit points by Demogorgon, you die.
That's good info to have.
Yeah, that's very good info to have. Like just like in general, not by specific attack. Just if you die in his presence, you die. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah. You should probably heal him then. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Damn it. Alright. Oh, come a little bit closer. Like a lot closer. But like skirt all of his reach, because whatever.
Do that woodland stride thing you do.
Alright, I'm gonna heal Liam. From afar again. Yeah, I'll do that, I think. I use quite high level spells for it.
Shouldn't have run so far away.
I know, but whatever. It'll be fine. I need to heal a little bit as well. So I healed 24. As my bonus action, I mean, how wise do you think he is?
Very.
Yeah.
These names are crazy.
I mean, I might as well do it because there's no reason not to. So, actually, he's got like magic resistance
He would
to
have
it.
surrendered instead of fighting us.
He also has magic resist, yeah. So
I mean, he could roll 2 ones, so why the hell not? Just make a wisdom save. His DC's 16 now. Actually, is that updated properly yet? There you go, double 30.
Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, good thing you got that out of its system.
Yeah. Yep,
Right.
whatever.
Let me go. I like having the strains and stuff.
I knew it would fail.
Right. Still averting your eye, huh?
I mean, Gesh still has control, so yeah.
Yeah, I will now. I don't need to look at him.
For the round, blinded.
Yeah.
I'll try to move a tentacle to Liam to drain his life.
It's a hit.
Can't save. Liam loses that as maximum hit points as well. Got the touch of the horror tentacle.
You can't keep this fight up much longer if you want to keep Liam alive.
More importantly, let's see if the haste goes away.
Yes.
Alright. Then it'll bring the other tentacle out for real. 24.
Who was that?
Me.
Oh, wait, no.
No, that would be a
Disadvantage
natural
against
1
you.
because he has disadvantage.
You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
blinded. So you look at him and can step aside. Giant beast. You lost custody. Right. Jordan.
Right. So I still have this moat in my hand. So I'm gonna skirt around within his reach. I'll move here. I will use my action to blast him again. So another save.
Could you remind me what kind?
Constitution save for DC 18. All right, half damage, so 13. And since it's an action, I'm not. Oh well, okay.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Describe.
Just sear
alright.
through him with blinding radiant light. Massive beam from Riordan's hand scorches through him.
The light, the stabs, the constant cutting and jabbing and ripping. As Gesh, I suppose at this point, it's like pushing him towards the ground. Forcing the demon to its knees, even in this enraged madness. Light, Jordan just tearing into it, and at first it's just a bit. It's bleeding. It's been bleeding the whole time, scales ripping off and whatnot. But this is different because it doesn't just bleed blood, ichor, or whatever is inside of it. It bleeds its form as it begins to turn into a thick goop, and then diminish in a way. Still ripping and tearing, ripping at the cage. Angered to no end that it is locked here, unable to move. As it is slowly drawn into its own plane, almost as if the cage still tries to hold it here. Its decaying form is ripped in, sucked away, banished to the abyss.
I think that the cage technically blocked next to Fatal Travel.
Leaving you here, alive, and though perhaps not well, in the quiet. Blood and ichor is covering absolutely everything.
Probably including us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even so, as you look around, there's nothing more. There is no more. They're all gone. Only left the wand of Orcus laying on the ground at Gesh's feet. Dark wand, elegantly placed atop of it, a skull radiating dark power.
toss it in to like another dimension somewhere?
We could try to
Wand
destroy
must
it.
always have a master. It will return to its master within a day if it does not have.
But if it, oh, true. Okay.
We also get it back. But the thing is, do we really want a mortal in the hand of that either?
I don't want to touch it.
And I don't want to bring it somewhere because whoever we bring it, is inevitably going to get like in the wrong.
Yeah, we would have to like throw it into. But even if we do, it returns to its master, so it doesn't matter. Right?
Like, there is no way we can contain it.
There are no right hands for this kind of thing.
Could throw a wall of force around it so nobody attempts to until it disappears.
Yeah, like lock it in here at least.
Wall of Force isn't going to last a day.
Well, this cage lasts
An hour.
so yeah, it's not gonna.
So you need 24 though. Cinder, I will literally have you float like in midair until you calm down if you get close
This
to
would
this
be
thing.
a legendary artifact.
Uh-huh.
If you could have that,
He can't though.
I suppose we could rest. We could wait here on guard, just watch a bit until the.
no one else of your companions seem particularly drawn to it, though. Ruggles doesn't need it. He just wants to be happy. Eldith thinks it's evil and horrible, and Jimjar seems to just be curious about what everyone else is going to do. Whispering something to Eldith before she looks at him furious and slaps him.
Bet you 2 gold you could touch that wand.
Can I get a restoration for my sickness over here?
Yes.
Horrible drain of Demogorgon. Left like where it touched you. There's like red markings all over the body. It's like if an octopus or something sucked under him.
You can have a greater. Is it greater restoration? It was the 5th level one. Yeah, greater restoration. Not that the macro works, but there you go.
Alright, thank you.
I can tell you exactly what the spell says, but at the bottom it says 1 effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. So, yeah.
Well, we did it.
Roland will release his shadowy sword before putting out a hand, mage hand, just having the wand levitate through.
Looks around. Like, sword is still out, still glowing holy. He's like, doesn't believe it's over. Couldn't be. Surely it can't be over finally.
It's just a
I mean,
trap.
it's not over. We've thrown them back into the abyss, but they're not gone. It's a temporary setback for them at best.
Yeah, but we can't kill them. They're demon lords, gods. We have done pretty much the impossible, I would say.
Jimjar begins to clap.
Thank you.
Just marvelous, really, really marvelous. I almost didn't think we could do it.
It doesn't seem almost true. I'm expecting to wake up any moment now.
Lowering her shield.
Trust me when I say I know the difference between a dream and not a dream, I think, and this doesn't feel like one.
Nor does it feel a nightmare. It feels like the end of all this.
Nightmares rarely have happy endings, so far we're doing well.
Although I would like nothing more to get out of this place forever, I do think that one should be guarded so it doesn't get picked up at something else down here.
I say either we all take watch of it, or alternatively, I'll hide it in the cave systems for the next day to make sure no one else can get to it.
Yeah, let's put the responsibility of a legendary artifact in the hands of a single person who has shown loyalty, but this thing is beyond loyalty. So
then in that case, as I said, otherwise we all guard it for the next day.
I think we all guard it for the full day.
No one touches it. It will touch it. We put it in a corner, and no one will near it.
Yes.
Let's move to Cyrilla. Could you create water?
what exactly is water gonna do?
Clean the statue.
Good point.
Yeah, I
Saved
can.
our lives. I think the least we can do is show it some reverence.
I'll need some time to prepare it, but yes.
And if you could, speak a blessing on it. As I said, I think we owe it that much.
Of course.
Cinder, this is not for you. This is beyond you, I'm afraid.
To Gesh with a look that says, "I'm not touching it."
No.
Rolling with his mage hand is going to wander and have it float northwards towards the north wall with him.
Liam will walk over to Cinder, grab him by the neck, and put him on Liam's shoulder as he will walk over towards the statue.
He accepts it, but it does so dismayed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eldith is going to stick around the wand and keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Doesn't want anyone to mess with him.
I would foresee it's like Roland slowly walking it over here. He's keeping it like at the maximum 30 feet length of his mage hand.
Can we have the shield guardian hold it? It doesn't have a soul, right? You can just keep grab it.
I mean, he can stand right on top of it, basically.
Yeah,
Roland can command it to guard it, yeah.
guard it on.
And with the two elves here, each one can keep watch, so there will be never.
The statue is covered in goop. The wry grin still there. The light of the golden dye is so slightly diminished as ichor and demonic group has sort of been splattered all over it, scorch marks and whatnot. The place is a mess.
Well, I'll take a short rest to be able to change one of my spell slots.
You can do that, yeah.
Let's take a short rest and use some hit
mean,
dice.
You'd think that the act of cleaning the statue and saying a prayer would pale massively in comparison to having saved all of gnome kind from demon enslavement, but I suppose it's a nice gesture.
Symbolism is important.
Symbolism is very
Especially
important in
in
religion.
religious matters.
Notch safely. That's very right.
But
It's the little things that often matter the most, Gesh.
because I don't want the corrupting icon to stay on a holy statue. That seems like a bad idea.
It's Liam will turn to Jimjar, and he will say, "I have had my doubts about you, Jimjar, and I had my severe reservations of trusting you and coming here for various reasons. But I will admit that this was a good idea and that we owe you a lot. So thank you."
Just seems scandalized. But I always bet on you.
It's true, he does, Liam. He never bets on me.
Liam snorts a laugh as he as I will spend some hit die to recover. Was there a song of rest as well?
There certainly is, and it's a good time to do it, I think.
You've not needed to use it in so long.
Roll a d10 for yourself.
Hooray!
Been restored suddenly. All the wounds are.
Oh god! Oh, the pain.
That's sweet. 3 hit points.
Yeah.
I'll take one more.
Yes.
But, yeah.
The song of Demigorgon's demise. It's the song of rest.
And then when short rest is finished with, I have 2 casts of create food and water, which will mainly focus on the water part.
You're probably still full from that hero's feast.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think we need to eat, but the water,
Many gallons of water.
the 60
Yes.
gallons of water I can produce.
Wash down upon the statue.
Yeah. Clean it.
Badgers are coming out of their cave again.
Hey.
Even the little badgers beginning to use their tail, the little tails to clean up.
Oh.
That's so cute.
They are
And fluffy.
Oh yeah, Losa's song. Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep. best part of that game.
Really
Yeah.
was.
We'll clean off the statue. You know, say a blessing maybe from Cyrilla. Get the water gets holy and sanctified and stuff. Just try to clean it up because I don't know exactly what deity this is, but if I knew and if I knew what like offering the deity accepted, I would certainly offer something.
I heard he really likes sacrifices of life badges.
I don't think so.
I bet that's not true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all, actually.
Yeah, but you wish to stay the night in this place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the safest place we could, I think, at this point. Well, you know,
Why is a big
Given-
red box over there?
Minus that, yeah.
Just removing the one from over there because it does.
my shield guardian, no, it's destroyed.
The one explodes.
Yeah. Come over here. I've never used you, but you're very helpful anyway.
Yeah, Roland's just staying up here, speaking with Eldith and keeping a close eye on the wand.
Eldith is tired, wary, perhaps, almost as if she's been all this time. Like you all are heroes, and she'll even relate to this. You're amazing people. You've done this, and it is incredible. She could never hope. She could barely help you. And she's been pushing herself to the very limit to do everything she could. And at this point, she's just incredibly wary. Celebration is not like that's what it should count for, but she just wants to sleep, to go home to Gondelgrim and sleep for a very long time, and then probably celebrate.
I can't begrudge her. She's been with us since the beginning, protecting all of our lives several times, saving some of our lives several times by literally throwing herself in the way.
And Roland's going to iterate this to you. Thanks for sticking us around. It's been one hell of a ride.
She nods, and will ask Roland what he's going to do with his family and such. You could return to Gondelgrim. They would have you, all of you. She even looks to the others and says, "You're all welcome.
Well,
If anyone knows what you did, it would be the gnomes here, the drow, and the dwarves of Gondelgrim. Bruno Battlehammer is an adventurer king. He appreciates heroes."
Well, I'm not entirely sure what we'll be doing exactly. Definitely take my family back to the surface, though our old village and farmstead's gone. Maybe we can start. I'm done with this for now. Gestures to just
She nods. Yes, I certainly will need some time. However, she sighs. I survived this, and I shouldn't have. There are many moments I was ready to lay down my life for this cause, to let you escape so you could try again, but you never gave me the chance. Perhaps that would have been the easy way out. Though now that I'm here, I'm glad it didn't come quite to that.
we weren't going to leave anyone behind.
I will say that even though these things are gone, gestures around to all the Iker, the Underdark is still a terrible place full of terrible things. I will take time to rest when I return, just to ensure that I'm not crazy and imagining all this. But I think I'll come back down here. There's still things that must be done. Holds to recover, people to save.
Well, at least today we've managed to make the place definitely quite a bit better than it was.
Give you a tired smile and nod. Yes, it's going to take me a while to even understand what happened here.
Riordan, you still owe us those drinks when we get back.
Oh, don't worry. I have a quick appointment with Lord Neverember, but after that, I assure you, I'll get the biggest feast you've ever had.
Sinner's crawled over the statue and found what looks like an odd gem laying there. I don't remember it from being there before. Sort of almost like a black opal,
Really?
Okay.
like as big as your fist, really.
Finders keepers.
Yeah.
She looks at it. And as you look at it too, you begin to feel a luring sensation, a siren song, perhaps.
Oh.
Turn
And were
away!
you in a place that's different than this, we would all have to roll charisma saves and whatnot. But instead, you simply know that whatever God protects this place is protecting you from this madness, this desire too. As the little rock, little stone, lays there, whispering lies. Oh, it's always been in Gesh's family. It was entrusted to him. The only proof that his father ever loved him. Oh, Liam, it is the sign of being a member of his group. He must have dropped it in the battle. Cyrilla, it is her parents. She needed to return it to them. It's very important. Jordan, it's his grandfather's. It can unlock the new places deep below the library, the knowledge that's kept there. Roland, its stone of healing. It must be a gift from the god. It could heal his family's minds. But you know, all of these lies are lies. It wants you to touch it, though, to pick it up, to claim it.
Liam,
Yeah.
sword, please.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Cinder, please don't touch that. I promise you there will be enough gems that you will grow tired of ever seeing gems again.
Cinder has been warned before to ignore his natural instincts. And so he is keeping away, though he is getting tired of all this awesome, amazing loot he can't have.
Well, with the Holy Fang, Liam will power attack the gem to destroy it completely, doing max damage and ignoring hardness of any object he strikes.
All right. Yeah, well, then the hardness doesn't matter. He strikes the gem. It shatters immediately, splintering and turning into a pale smoke that blows off the wind.
Also, Cyrilla will give Cinder one of the diamonds for Ray's
Puts it
dead.
into the pack.
You know, he's been a good boy. He deserves something.
No, you know what? We're gonna get Bruno Bethelhammer to pay us a hero's ransom, and you can have most of it. Most of my share, anyways, and I don't care about the money. My father owns a bank.
The question is, since that was most likely the Demon Prince of Lies and Illusions, or whatever it is, Liam looks around, still the sword out. Is he around?
What do you think, Jim Jar?
Well, I'll bet another trip down here that he isn't.
I don't quite see what.
If he turns out to be, I'll come with you down here. And if he isn't, well, then you'll come down here with me. That's
Fair
some
enough.
time of my choosing, or yours.
That seems fair. But I don't quite see why this Demon Prince of Lies would really want to harm us, considering we just took out his entire competition. Suppose he might be scared, but really we were just planning on leaving, so really he's shooting himself in the foot.
I suppose one reason might be to get to. He gestures a thumb over towards the floating wall.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
If we're here, he would have to face us to get to it, unless one of us was under his control.
Yeah, no, we need to stay here until that thing returns to Orcus. That's like the safest way, the safest person to keep it with. Oddly enough.
you can sleep at night.
No, I think we'll be more sleeping in shifts. There's always
Sleeping
two
away.
people awake at all times.
Yeah. Our shift pattern as always.
And it will slowly actually just turn unnoticeable and then be gone.
All right.
There'll always be at least two people awake at all times. Never one person by themselves.
Weapons out at all times.
Yeah. Ready.
In that case, take a long rest, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing is approaching you. Probably whatever is around here has been murdered by a bunch of demons that popped in. So
Ah.
I suppose before we leave in the morning, we'll go back up to Glimmerdome. What's the name of it? Blythenstone.
Mhm.
Liam will, he's not very religious, but again, divine intervention, it has helped a lot down here. He will leave a small offering at the statue. He doesn't have much, a few gold coins, but it seems to be a character of roguish disposition, like the rakish smile, the cape, and the dice. So Liam will also leave some of like the knickknacks he's carrying with him, such as a few caltrops, like some of the what's it called here?
as Liam does this, Jimjar will actually approach him, just so that it's the two of them,
Okay.
and tell him that he's sure the character on the statue would appreciate such a gesture. However, gnomes generally do it differently. Whatever you wish to offer, simply go and play cards in a tavern until you lose it, or win a lot more.
Oh. Okay.
Any other type of worship, it would be boring.
All right. Well, in that case, Liam nods to Jimjar. This seems reasonable to him. Like the gnomes are all weird, whimsical people. And why not? Why shouldn't this be like a like a way of worship for them? So yeah, he will promise Jimjar that he will do so the first thing he does up in Blythenstone.
No, it's not. Oh, you don't need to promise me anything. I'm going with Gesh anyway.
Oh, I bet.
How is he going to get married without me? He needs a best man.
He does. It's gonna be great.
I
We
need
all
to
need
be
go
invited
Gesh's
to that.
Wedding.
Epilogue 2, Gesh's wedding.
Gesh's wedding, the revenge.
I think he's got an apprenticeship to do.
Into the abyss of marriage.
Gesh is just gonna open up another abyss portal just so he can rush away.
Yeah. Oh no!
Sorry, honey, I have to invade the
demons!
abyss for reasons.
Quickly, Gesh, we need to.
Yeah. And as you leave the cave, the badger's staying here, cleaning up the place. Guardians of this Gnomish shrine. You can return to Blankenstone to be celebrated as heroes with everything the city has to offer. Not only have you saved them, I mean, they were already sold on you 100%. Most likely, most gnomes there would have died fighting at your side as you demanded it. You get celebrations, and word is spread by the gnomes. You have vanquished the demons. You have saved the world. Some drow might bicker. Say the world was not saved, simply put in a different direction. Demons don't destroy the world, not really. But who cares what the drow think? Most sensible people certainly agree. The world is much better with you rather than with demons in it. On the surface, Gauntlgrim is raucous with celebration as well. The Dawa dwarves thinking of all the people who were lost, but celebrating you when you all return alive. From there, word spreads, and though many people think of this as the fancifulness of dwarves who dug too deeply and somehow freed demons that had to be destroyed, well, it's good that they dealt with that, but taxes on pots have risen by 5 copper pieces, and that is important news too. So, though in most places people might have heard your names, you don't get the celebrity status up there that you get in the Underdark, which might be nice to some of you, as you can generally be left alone. Turns out, bad people are more likely to believe you than the nice ones.
Some peace and quiet isn't that
Yeah,
unwelcome.
I mean, heck,
So,
in a way, Liam fought and bled and almost died for them to worry about copper pan prices.
You didn't want them to worry about the end of the world. You wanted them to have business as usual.
Yeah.
so ends Out of the Abyss. Yeah, final
Wait.
chapter
Have we escaped?
done. I close the metaphorical book and look at you as players and say, well done.
Hooray!
We told the story. Another one, or perhaps we imagine me as old Riordan closing the book in the tavern to a
Yes.
bunch of half children.
Yes.
Huge eyes.
Oh, don't worry. As
Who
one of the
immediately
children point
begin to
to
point
a
out.
strange toe sitting on Riordan's necklace. He says, "Oh, it's just an old souvenir." As he gives the kid away, and the kid goes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Oh,
Uncle Riordan.
yeah."
He heads over to the bookshelf and puts it away.
Next to the pickled head of Demogorgon. Yeah, I kept it.
His new taxidermy business.
But Uncle Riordan, Demogorgon's head would have disappeared into the abyss. Well, story 2 is about how we went back to the abyss just to get the head to show you filthy brats.
Into the abyss too, on purpose.
As you grab the book next to it.
If you don't behave, then I'll let it loose on you.
I mean, of course, there's always these temptations to go on, but as with any story, an end is important, and
I think this is the good end.
the rest of the story can be told, I think, because this is a story of the characters have together. I believe all of the characters have continuations, but
Yes.
I suggest next week that we meet again and have a bit of a storytelling sort of meeting, an epilogue session. We've done them before, because I'm curious to hear what happens to the character.
I will probably be unable to do next week because Cordoon is coming to visit next weekend. So
All right.
Yeah, the 15th for me would be better as well, because Mel's grandfather's and everything this weekend. So.
Anyone who can't do the 15th?
I can do it. No problem.
As far as I'm aware, I can do it.
Yep. Okay.
okay.
Good.
Be there, be
We will
square.
do epilogue on the 15th then.
See it to learn Jim Jar's secrets.
Yeah, we'll first. I think we'll do as usual. We'll start with having everyone do their characters, like what happened. What happened to Sevrilla's uncle and Riordan's aunt? I mean, all these uncles and aunts, huh? What happened to Gesh's wedding and what about his apprenticeship with the mage and Roland's family members and whatnot? All these things. And of course, I'll be readily able to answer your questions and then help you if you see that's necessary. But other than that, I mean, in this respect, you really are the DMs of your own bit here. You're the storyteller. You have the narrative power to decide.
To be honest, we still have to handle custody of a Cinder.
Yeah. And basically, I'll probably think of some things about the different NPCs and how. I mean, I already have who they are and what they want to do with their lives, but what you do might involve them. And in that respect, take some liberties if you want to have my input. I am here and available to you.
Wonderful.
I want to hire Liam.
Hey, now I'm hiring Liam. Hold
Wow.
up there.
I've got a necromancer to deal with, alright?
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know the people pretty well. But after that, we will, I think, do that thing that's always so wonderful when you do anything, right? We will evaluate the campaign. Probably also a bit of the 5th edition rule set. At least this is the first sort of big thing.
Yeah.
It's been big, right? Low levels, mid levels,
Oh,
high
yeah.
levels.
It's been going for
We
a
can
year.
talk about that.
Past this is ridiculous levels.
We talk about the campaign. Have some thoughts. What would be different? What could be interesting? What thing wasn't really seen? All these things we'll talk about, and then we'll just hang out and have fun. Then
So,
Yeah.
waste some time, and then we'll close this chapter of our lives and think about what to do then.
hooray!
Hooray.
It's,
Yay.
but it sounds like Liam's new mercenary business is booming already.
Gonna go and meet up with the old guys and
I thought you'd want to do this for just because. I mean, who doesn't want to hunt down a necromancer, huh?
You know,
My soul is a bit taken for these days, so I want to be a bit careful with it.
And Roland's done at this point.
Aww.
Roland never wanted to be an adventurer in the first place.
yeah, I would suggest you take a few days to think on it before making decisions. I think usually these epilogue things are more interesting when we don't already know the answers.
Oh
But,
yeah, yeah.
That said, though, Halldamir, Bounty, I'm going to miss both of you during this time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
Possibly, I'm deciding.
all right. Well, thanks for the session. Thank you, Malachi, for the campaign.
Yes.
Awesome work as always.
Thank you, fellow players, for being here with us.
Yes.
As my first actual proper campaign ever, as in this is the second campaign I have ever done.
But first
one-
proper one.
First proper one, yes. It was a really good experience, and yeah, thanks to everyone, and especially Malachi for DMing it, because it's great.
They always say the first one's free, but now you're hooked for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck now with you guys, unfortunately, whether you like it or not.
I think we appreciate having you around.
Yeah.
This
I mean, we'll get to all the real thanking next time, you know.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
This,
Though since we're already doing thanks anyway, thank you viewers for also sticking along with us.
Yes.
oh god, yeah.
Yes.
If you want-
I'm gonna go. What's our thing actually? Are we on
It is
Xbox?
episode. Oh, it's on Mixer. It's on
Mixer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking next time we do one of these, I might try to stream it directly to YouTube. See
Okay.
how-
We have been. We used to do that.
How do we search on Mixer? What is
Yeah,
it?
because
There's a link been set in the chat.
it's
Malachi.
difficult to
Oh,
collect all the viewers in one place because we're split out over many different mixer channels. So I'm thinking maybe next time I do it directly to YouTube because everyone is on YouTube. So
I'm fine with doing
think
that.
about it.
But this does officially make Out of the Abyss a grand campaign on our channel.
Yep.
Yes.
We've had a few. This gets added to the list.
and you level up.
Yay!
It's like
Level
90,000 XP from.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, we. Yeah, no.
I will totally level up.
Oh,
I mean, just think of
yes.
curiosity, what does another level up get me? If anything?
I get
Maximum bardic inspiration die, D12.
All right. Yeah. Now, after this adventure, Roland can never on a skill check ever roll below a 10 again.
Yes. And an 8th level spell. Mm.
Nothing. Oh, 8th level spells.
What a
Oh,
trick,
yeah.
huh?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've also gained another spell now.
Certainly visible difference in campaign sort of stuff though between Where the Wicked and this one. For me at least, there's difference between 7 books and 1,
Yeah.
which is.
Holy aura.
But now I feel like I know the Underdark of Forgotten Realms pretty well, actually.
I
Because these
feel
cities you visited are not like they're not like some random ass gnome city. It's like the one.
Yeah,
The
that's there.
Brown City.
Lightstone is the big one. Yeah.
And same with
Men's
Gauntlgrim and Cracklestew and Esperanza. Like it's the ones that are important.
Yeah.
And that stuff happens in.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It's,
I like that. I like that it's a living meta in that respect.
It certainly showcases the Underdark in a very good way, and it's a setting you don't normally play in that much. So it's very cool to have like gone through an entire campaign in the Underdark, because it's a setting that brings with it very specific types of limitations and like mechanics. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. Also, for those who asked, at level 15, Liam can now teleport for free every time he action surges.
Jesus. I can blast someone so their intelligence and charisma become 1. That's great.
There you go.
So,
Duh.
yeah. But I will also take my leave because I'm going to get to bed early because after last night I'm very tired. So I will see you guys in, well, soon enough, but for this, in 2 weeks. So, yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm gonna go as well and stop the streams. Thank you everybody for watching. Goodbye.
See you next week for 2 weeks.
It's
Next
2 weeks for the epilogue.
on the 15th for the epilogue.
15th. Mixer.com/Halldamir or YouTube.com/Halldamir and Rahal. I'll decide at some point. I don't know.
See you guys then.
Well,